Takes place April 20th and 21st. Enjoy mouthwatering treats from food trucks, check out vendor booths, and jump into a variety of family-friendly activities throughout the day. Ready to hit the courts? Register now at Macker.com and secure your spot in the Ultimate Basketball Showdown. Be sure to check out our social media channels for the latest news and updates as we advance to the tournament. Register now at Macker.com and don't miss out on the excitement of the Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament, April 20th and 21st.
The City of Hobbs has great long-term career opportunities that promote a work-life balance while offering awesome benefits. Paid time off starts on day one. Full-time new hires earn 12 hours per month. That's 18 days per year. With paid time off accrual and 12 paid holidays, plus a floating holiday, there's plenty of time for the family work-life balance. Apply today online at hobbsnm.org. The City of Hobbs is an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free and smoke-free workplace.
If you are using propane or electricity to heat your home and cook your meals, you are paying too much. Contact Zia Natural Gas Company and let them hook you up. In most cases, Zia Natural Gas Company will run the gas line up to your home and set your meter free of charge when you agree to convert your primary heat source to natural gas. Stop paying too much. Visit online at zngc.com and fill out your application today. Zia Natural Gas Company, proudly serving New Mexico for over 30 years.
Friday, April the 19th, the Castro Activity Center, home of Thunderbirds basketball on the New Mexico Junior College campus, with the first ever concert spectacular, Caldwell Entertainment featuring the hits of the Eagles, the Doobie Brothers, Fleetwood Mac, and Whitney Houston. Then we switch gears for Fearless, the NMJC touring ensemble performing top 40 hits like Post Malone, Jelly Roll, a 90s throwback tribute, and much more. It's completely free to the public. It starts at 7 p.m. on Friday, April the 19th at the Castro Activity Center on NMJC campus.
Pops Power Washing Services, LLC has been in business for 9 years and continues to serve the Permian Basin and West Texas area. Specializing in power washing services for the oil field, Pops Power Washing would like to earn your business. Contact Eric and the crew today to get on a maintenance schedule to upkeep your battery facilities, containments, LACT units, all the way down to your wellheads to mitigate possible fines to your company. Fully insured and bonded. Call or text Pops Power Washing Service, LLC at 575-704-0330. That's 704-0330.
Get ready to save thousands off new Toyotas at Permian Toyota. Get set for a great selection and more money for your trade-in. And go! Save with 4.99% financing on new Camrys, Corollas, Crown, RAV4s, Highlanders, and Tundra. Get ready, set, and go to Permian Toyota, just north of Grime Street.
Permian Toyota!
PermianToyota.com.
Toyota Center, USA.
Terms available on approved credit through Toyota Financial Services. See dealer for details. Expires 3/31/24.
There is no one in New Mexico who's a better friend of our oil and gas jobs than Representative Larry Scott. Larry Scott understands oil and gas. That's why we need Larry Scott in the state Senate, so he can fight for us. Larry Scott, protecting our jobs, protecting oil and gas, protecting Southeast New Mexico. We need Larry Scott in the state Senate, paid for by the committee to elect Larry R. Scott.
Reimagine every adventure, every terrain, every incredible memory. The Yamaha Wolverine family of side-by-side vehicles help you reimagine off-road capability, comfort, and confidence. Available right now at Garner's Motorsports in Hobbs. With the Wolverine RMAX 2 1000 and RMAX 4 1000, recreation meets sport and maximum power meets maximum comfort and versatility. And with the Wolverine X2 and X4 8050, extreme terrain meets its match. Find your Yamaha Wolverine at Garner's Motorsports, 320 North Del Paso and Hobbs, or YamahaMotorsports.com. Always protect the environment and wear your seatbelt, helmet, eye protection, and protective clothing. Read the owner's manual and product warning labels before operation. Vehicle specifications subject to change.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Oh, wow! What's today?
Today is Little Red Wagon Day.
When you were little, you had a little red wagon.
I wrapped my little red wagon around a tree.
I got a real red wagon.
My red wagon?
Redder!
TGIF, am I right or what?
TGIF, it's Wednesday.
I know, that's what makes it funny. You're drunk.
Happy National Little Red Wagon Day.
Showtime.
And good morning to you. Another day in paradise. God bless America and God bless you. God bless the greatest country in the world, even though our vice president says one of the greatest countries. You can't even say the greatest country in the world.
No, why
I
would
caught
she
that
say that?
yesterday.
Yeah, why would she say that?
Well,
she doesn't believe it. None of them believe it. Why would they say it?
I'm with you. All right, question of the day. Hands down the best video game of all time. I want to hear from you. 877-396-W105. Hands down, what is the best video game that you have ever played? I'd love to hear from you this morning. Text line 877-396-W105. Being brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day. Best video game of all time, hands down. I'd love to hear from you. Being brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer, Avenue D in Lovington. And don't forget, we have an opening if you are watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, the list goes on and on. You can own that spot, and I'll talk about you every morning, I promise. Yes, I will. So thank you. Hands down, what is the best video game of all time? I'm going to get to Joe Biden, by the way, officially. Today is he's an idiot, part DOS. So I'm going to get to that in a second. American Red Cross Giving Day going on today. Celebrate Exchange Day, Holy Wednesday, International Whiskey Day, Manatee Day, National Joe Day, Little Red Wagon Day, Scribble Day, and World Theater Day going on all day today. Teacher, very unhappy with Biden and Trump, changed his name to anyone else. That's his name. And he's running for president. He'll be a write-in candidate, anyone else. By the way, he has about as much chance making the ballot as anyone else, pretty much. Believe it or not, Hunter Biden is actually excited about this. But then he found out the white powder on the teacher's shirt was just chalk dust. Yeah, it wasn't anything else, Hunter. Do not get too excited. Bidenomics is working. You know, they messed up a really good thing. Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree raising their price cap to $7. You remember when Dollar Tree...
a dollar.
Nothing... Yeah, nothing more than $1. Then after COVID... They kept going up. Now they're the highest that they'll charge is $7 as it's experiencing an influx of shoppers earning a yearly salary of $125,000 a year. The company officials say they're hiring, and to pay for those people, salaries up to $125,000. They got to go up on the prices.
They got to go up.
So, yeah. Wow. The punchline of this joke says that Dollar Tree shoppers, will pay with meth. But I mean, that's not funny because I'm a big fan of Dollar Tree.
Right.
I'm a big fan. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Chose a lawyer, and she is a entrepreneur. Nicole Shanahan as his running mate, third-party candidacy for president, and. This hurts nobody but the Biden campaign. It really does. I don't think it takes away from Donald Trump.
No, I don't think so.
Tom, what's your thought on that?
I think Kennedy Jr. ought to suspend his campaign already.
Oh, thank you. Well, he just picked his running mate.
But I'm saying he's
polling at like 10 or 12%.
Yeah, but he should stop. It just stop.
Why?
He's not going to win.
You're trying to help Biden?
No, don't stop.
Yeah.
Why should he stop? This helps Donald Trump.
Well, yeah.
Well, Tom can't have that. He's a Democrat.
No, I mean, I'm going to vote for Donald. But you don't want to confuse the American people. Oh, this candidate, this candidate.
Confuse them how?
And I hear he wants to also be on another ballot, right?
Who's going to?
Well, look.
Who's going to be confused? That's what I want to know. You said
people like Tom?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, what's he for? What's he stand for?
Dude, he's been all over. Yesterday, he was all over the news. If you would actually watch the news or read.
I saw it live when he introduced.
Well, I mean, he gave his platform. He gave his platform. Clean energy, clean water, dude. I mean, first of all, I'm just going to say it. And, can you imagine listening to him as a president? I mean, very intelligent. A lot of things he says I go along with. But, I mean, it's hard to listen to him.
Yeah, it is. He sounded like I did last week.
Yeah. The other thing is that there is no way in hell the Libertarians are going to go along with him as their candidate.
He's not a Libertarian.
No way. He is more he's more a Republican than he is a Libertarian, and he's not a Republican either.
No, I mean there's so many of his policy stances are not libertarian.
No, not even close. IRS says that it is almost they have about $1 billion in unclaimed tax funds from the year 2020, and if you don't claim it by May 17th of this year, they're keeping the money. So if you had a tax return coming to you and you never filed your taxes, then like Tom actually had money coming to him through the stimulus. He never got any stimulus money. And so I think that's already gone. I don't think you can go back and claim it.
I was going to say, I don't think that you can get that. But, forgive me, but I always have, what's their ulterior motive here? They say that they got this money for you, but are you going to get audited when you go to try to claim it?
Yeah, well, maybe. Maybe. Joe Biden, speaking about Baltimore and the bridge, and somebody sent me a message, but I couldn't find it, that another bridge came down last night. Did you see anything about that?
No, I didn't.
Well, I wouldn't expect you, Tom. I mean, it's not like you're digging through stuff.
Well, I turned on the TV this morning looking for that stuff.
You did not.
I damn sure did.
When?
This morning.
When?
So what was the number one story on the TV?
Well, several stories.
No, please go ahead. I'm going to let you go ahead. It's your time to shine, baby.
The Trump being issued a gag order against him, number one, in my book. Number two, now that story with the ship. The black box has been recovered. We'll see what the National Transportation Safety Board said. The VP announcement.
Indian.
Yes,
it's not a U.S. ship.
No, I said the ship that crashed.
And here's a bigger question.
No, it's a
Joe Biden
Asian
says
ship.
We're going to pay the total cost to rebuild this bridge.
Yep.
The American people are going to fund. Now, that ship has insurance, right?
Of course.
You better hope it does.
Yeah.
Why don't we go after them to pay?
Maersk, contracts with all these different shipping companies to transport materials, so they both have insurance.
Well, Buttigieg just said if it's a private company, they got to pay.
They're all private.
Yeah. He's going to be held accountable, he says.
Who is?
That's what he said.
Who said?
Obviously, you're watching the news this morning,
I'm trying
Mr.
to
Editor.
I did watch the news. I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. Who said somebody's got to pay, and who is the somebody's got to pay?
Weren't you watching the video?
No. He said that we are going to pay the entire cost to rebuild the bridge in Baltimore. We, the taxpayers.
Yes.
And
it's not Joe Biden's
money.
That
is what Joe Biden said.
Oh,
yes.
maybe Joe Biden said it, but that ain't what Buttigieg said.
Who is Buttigieg's boss?
Biden?
There you go.
So my question is, why aren't we going after these guys? I mean, if there's a train derailment, you know who pays? The company that owns that train.
Right.
And whoever owns the tracks that train is running on, maybe they didn't maintain the tracks right, and they could have to pay up too. But why are we footing the bill?
Good
of course,
question.
Joe Biden said that many times he's rode on a train across that bridge. There is a problem. No. There is a problem with that.
Yeah, there's no train track on that bridge.
There is no train track. So he had a train that was, I guess it was running with no tracks. Here's Joe Biden yesterday the habitual liar.
At about 1:30, a container ship struck the Francis Scott Key Bridge, which I've been over many, many times commuting from the state of Delaware either on a train or by car.
It's not a commuter track.
No.
They have no commuter tracks on there.
That is, most people in Baltimore now use tunnels. That bridge is still used. It's still widely used.
Right.
I've been over that bridge when we've been up in the Northeast. But there's a lot of tunnels around the Baltimore
Did you go on the train?
Yeah, no. We drove in a car.
This is a perfect example of Joe Biden lying through his teeth. And I guarantee you he'll repeat that lie no matter what.
Oh, it'll
Crazy.
get worse.
All right. Yeah, we got to the tweet of the day. We'll get that coming up. Price of oil and more. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Janco Janitorial. You can find them on West Main in Artesia. They can do window cleaning, office cleaning, industrial cleaning, and they can take care of oil field cleaning. Find them on the web at jancojanitorial.com. They can take care of all your cleaning, and their crews are all certified, hazmat certified, pathogen certified, and PPE certified. Great customer service, good people. jancojanitorial.com, or call Amber this morning, 575-703-1869. And if you need cleaning supplies, they've got the commercial-grade cleaning supplies for you. Check them out today. Sunny today. We're going to get up to about 65, but 30-mile-an-hour winds are expected today from the northwest. 34 tonight, and then tomorrow, about 73. Sunny and 73 tomorrow, and the wind is not going to be all that bad tomorrow, so we got wind in the forecast today, and not that bad coming up for tomorrow. 5-day forecast, go to W105radio.com. Quick check of the weather. Being brought to you by All American Cleaners. All American Cleaners. Wash, dry, and fold your clothes. 17 pounds, $16.99. Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, and in Hobbs. They can also do your dry cleaning, start your clothes, take care of you. All American Cleaners. Mescalero man sentenced to 9 years for a brutal attack. The U.S. Department of Justice called the brutal attack on an individual on the Mescalero Apache Reservation. 37-year-old Danette Jerome Chi has received 9 years in prison. Department of Justice says Chi and another man attacked an unnamed victim in 2022. During the attack, the victim lost consciousness, and once the victim regained consciousness, he walked home and then was taken to Lincoln County Medical Center. He eventually transferred to the University Medical Center at El Paso. The victim had a fracture on part of his eye socket, had a vertebrae fracture and other injuries. When police encountered Chi after the incident, he was carrying a wooden bat, facing federal charges. He pled guilty to assault and resulting in serious bodily harm, and he is going away for 9 years. Mega Million, a winner last night, one winning ticket in New Jersey. I'm sorry to break the news for you. Yeah. $1.3 million or $1 billion, right? And the ticket was sold. One ticket sold in New Jersey. And if you're going to win, you don't want to share it with anybody.
No,
one ticket sold in New Jersey.
And if they take that lump sum, they'll get about $540 million.
Really? Lump sum? Damn.
Yeah, that's after taxes.
Yeah.
Would you that's not bad.
Lump sum? Absolutely.
So,
would you?
$500 million? I think I might be able to make it. I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tom,
I probably
would you do
can
with
make
that kind of money?
I would, if assuming that I won, right? I probably help the.
Dude, why can't we ever just get an answer?
If I'd won last night, I'd probably help the families of those victims of that shipwreck. Number one, help my immediate family
of the shipwreck,
and then I'd get lost.
Do you promise? You promise? You made that promise before, and you didn't hold it.
But I didn't win either, did I? So,
I'm going to be honest. I would just travel more and set my kids up, and I would probably wake up Monday and come to work. That's just the way I'm wired.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I would still be here.
I would take more time off to do my traveling, but I would probably show up I'd probably show up Monday. Or I might tell, well, I'm not going to be there Monday because, I got to go pick up the money.
You got to pick up a bag.
Yeah, there would be, well, I don't know if you could pick it up that fast.
And the other thing I would do, I would help my family, my brothers and sisters and my kids and my wife's family. And for whatever Will has mortgaged, I'd pay that off.
Yeah.
I just pay that
There's
off.
people I would definitely help if
Yeah.
But all these people that
now there are a lot of people that
they're going to come with
help.
their hand out, and I would be like, nope,
I'm getting lost. I got another address.
Nope.
I have learned, and I'm pretty good at no, because I get hit on a daily basis pretty much for money. Well, you got money. Yeah, it's my money. but you got money. Yeah, I got money. It's my money. But you have more money than we do. Yes. And you know why? Because I worked all my life. Get your ass to work. I mean, I don't know how to help you.
Right.
Get a job. Price of oil coming up in just a second. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, over 1,000 guns in stock. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun today. And ladies, if you've been thinking about personal protection, this world is crazy. They have lethal and non-lethal personal protection. Go in there and talk to the friendly staff. Zia Guns always closed on Saturday, open on Sunday, 1907 North Main in Roswell. I have a special place in my heart for children. And I would definitely start a non-profit where I would put kids through college and just take care of kids, because I don't know if you've ever heard this, Tom. Teach the kids; they are the future. I mean, George Benson said it. I mean,
Whitney Houston sang about it.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom. God bless you. Well, George Benson sang about it too, long before Whitney Houston did. Victims of the chemical abortions are speaking out to the Supreme Court during the oral argument. So there are people that were victims of the chemical abortions. And so there are side effects. And so they have been speaking out and testifying. And, of course, pro-abortion advocates are gathering at the Supreme Court and trying to get the Supreme Court to sway their opinion. Blake, when will that opinion be released?
Probably not for a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It could be months.
Yeah, they don't say, okay, well, by tomorrow we're going to have this decision.
Well, it should.
They say, okay, well, we're going to discuss it.
It's very seldom do they make a decision like they did the Donald Trump election case.
The only time the only time they expedite their decision is if there is a timeliness for it. And with
Colorado, that election, they decided that on a Friday. Election was on a Tuesday or. I think so. I think it was on a Tuesday.
But this question to the court about this drug, there's no overarching timeliness required for it.
Right.
So it'll be at least a month.
Now, I don't remember the election between Gore and W. How long did it take them to decide that?
It was a little while.
A
couple months, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 2 months. Yeah. I think it was working. It was like 50-something days, if I'm not mistaken. All right, 628. Price of oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers and CUD Energy Services. Together, they are hiring. They are looking for service supervisor in training, must have a CDL. Also, they are looking for diesel mechanics, electric technicians, equipment operators, CDL required, and experienced pressure pump hands. Housing's available, one of the best benefit packages in the industry, and they offer great pay. Apply today, greatoilfieldjobs.com, or text Oilfield to 63566. Equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer.
West Texas Intermediate, $81.31, $85.83 for Brent crude, and $1.75 for natural gas.
I know there's a delay, but it's not that big of a delay.
It wasn't my fault.
That was my fault. That was my fault. I found that Carrie Jean-Pierre soundbite off.
Just gotta blame that. Just gotta blame the retired guy.
I was listening to the
retiree.
On it.
I hate to tell you, Tom, I'm retired.
Well, so am I.
So it's when we get there. If you didn't have something, I was trying to find something.
No, I don't have that. So Carrie Jean-Pierre got up and left.
Well, she hung up. She was on a radio show. And so what happened was they were in North Carolina because, Joe Biden was stopping to make a stump speech.
Yeah.
So Carrie Jean-Pierre was on a radio show like ours in North Carolina. And so the host said to her, he said, when I told a number of people that I was talking to you today, it was interesting. They all said, would you please just ask her if the president has dementia? So before I go on, does he? And, of course, she immediately took offense and said, I can't even believe you're asking me this question. This is an incredibly offensive question. And then she went on to say about how for the past several years, his physician said this and that. And she said, so I'm not going to truly, really take the premise of your question. I think it's incredibly offensive. So can we move on?
Why would it be offensive? I mean, if the public wants to know, why don't you do a cognitive test?
Right.
And all of this would go away. My old man told me something a long time ago about when getting stopped by the police.
Right.
If you're innocent, just comply. If you have nothing to hide, just comply.
Well, so
same thing here.
Yeah. Well, here's the next thing. It was kind of funny because the host, he kind of complied because he had her on the air with him. And so he moved on and he said, how does Biden plan to win votes from Americans who have disposable income, who had more before he took office than they do now? And she responded that the president grew up in the middle class and said, you're asking me about gas prices, and then goes on to do a whole long thing and says, eggs, milk, seafood products, all the important groceries, those prices have gone down because of what this president's been able to do. And with that, thank you so much. Have an amazing, amazing day, and hung up.
Wow. So, and this is what I love about liberals. They are so caught up in the Kool-Aid, they can't even have an intelligent conversation.
Right.
Because they get so emotionally invested that they can't have and there are a couple liberals that will debate you. My brother is one of them. And part of that is that he's super intelligent and reads a lot.
Right.
He doesn't read like on Tom's level. He reads, he reads a lot. That's his job.
He reads comics.
And what?
He reads comics.
Well, that's above C-Spot Run.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does he read comics? What does he do?
I don't know. He says he's pretty intelligent dude.
No, he's very intelligent. There's not a subject that he is not knowledgeable about. Republican, Democrat, because that's what his business is. He does research for a huge firm, and that's all he does is put stats together and polling and all kind of other stuff. So
that doesn't sound like comics, Tom.
No, not comics. No. Got a master's and a doctorate and is a big time lib.
And by the way, I'm going to defend comics as a comic book person.
You're a comic guy.
I would challenge you to read some comics because I think they're above your level.
He wouldn't understand them.
Yeah, I think they're above your level.
I don't want to go to La La Land with those things.
Yeah, see, that tells me you don't know anything about them.
I don't. Never read
them. What are you talking about? Squad member Jamal Bowman. Remember the guy that pulled the fire alarm because he thought it was a door opener?
Yep.
But by the way, we're speaking of low IQ. Anyway, squad member Jamal Bowman,
racist,
said that Hamas, the Hamas rapes were propaganda, never happened. He said this after lawmakers watched the videos. October 7th. They watched the atrocities. He said, never happened. Propaganda. I wonder if he thinks the Holocaust was propaganda like that.
Probably. Bunch of racists.
Yeah, he said there is no evidence they beheaded babies or raped women.
There's
no
video evidence.
No, of course there is. I am about sick of this dude. I'm about tired. They should have thrown his butt in jail for pulling that fire extinguisher, that fire alarm. No, there is no way in hell he didn't know what he was doing. None.
Oh, that's just propaganda.
You never pulled it. You guys think we're stupid. All right, tweet of the day coming up next. Morning show this morning being brought to you by David Trujillo. He's running for county commissioner, District 1 in Lee County. He's a Republican, and he is the oil field. Yeah, I mean, he's been working in the oil field so long. He backs the oil field. He supports the oil field, and because that's where he makes his living is in the oil field. Looking for somebody that's involved in the community, baseball coach, basketball coach, volunteered for it, was on the board of directors for many organizations. By the way, if you want to go check that out, all that information is up at David Trujillo on Facebook. And he's got lots of experience working as a city commissioner and mayor pro tem for the last 20 years in Lovington. Understands how to the budgets and the constraints and all feel up and down and that type of stuff. Also understands how to go get our money back from the state, capital outlay money. And he was instrumental with that $21 million for that Main Street improvement going on right now in Lovington. So David Trujillo, follow him on Facebook. He would appreciate your vote. David Trujillo, Republican, running for County Commission, District 1. And the message paid for by David Trujillo. Tom, anything on the text?
Here we go. Question is from this text. How many people listening would donate 25% of the $1 billion lotto winnings to help get Trump elected?
But 25%.
25%. I don't know. And what's the deal with Trump selling Bibles?
I got that story. I will get to that. He's doing that with Lee Greenwood.
Uh-huh.
And, Lee, look, we're never going to be able to raise more money than Joe Biden. I mean, Joe Biden's got the Soroses of the world, Hollywood, and the richest of the rich. You know, when they talk about the Republicans and, the corporate, that's all on the Democrat side. You know who makes up the Republican Party? Most of them are middle class and upper middle class.
Mm-hmm.
That true story. But so that's the story. I'll get to that. I think it's $60 per Bible. Yep. We'll get to that in just a second. All right, tweet of the day this morning being brought to you by King Driving Academy. Find them 1430 West Bender in Hobbs. 4-week CDL driving school. It is taught by a CDL instructor that is certified by the state of New Mexico. No books, no computers, everything's hands-on learning. 2 weeks of theory training, 2 weeks on-the-road training. Right now, you mentioned being the Breakfast Club or W105, they're going to give you $500 off the course price. 575-441-7835. Or you can find them at 1430 West Bender in Hobbs. Mike Tyson joins the show this morning. The tweet of the day. It's not actually Mike joining us, but Mike Tyson.
As I get older and I look at my children and I see what's out in the world, I get a little conservative. When I was younger, I was all-out liberal. But as I get older and I look at my children and I see what's out in the world, I get a little conservative.
Yep. So Mike Tyson now that he has kids, and he's no different than anybody. The older you get, the more conservative you get. So Mike Tyson is very conservative. You understand me?
Yeah, he's going to conservatively kick those brothers' butts.
I hope he does.
Even though all the rules around the fight are really designed against him.
Right.
Yeah.
All it takes is one punch from Mike Tyson. That's it. That's pretty much it. Trump talking about the Israeli war. Some people were taken aback to this, but I think all Donald Trump is saying, and Ben Shapiro went into pretty great detail and said, look, I talked to Trump about the Israeli war, and he wants them to finish it. He wants them to finish it up. And Netanyahu probably wants to finish it up too, but he wants to make sure that, look, you have to cut the head off the snake. Biden caved to the Palestinian protesters yesterday. I'll get to that story coming up in a second, but here's Trump.
That being said, you have to finish up your war. Finish it up. You got to get it done. And I'm sure you'll do that. And we got to get to peace. You can't have this going on. And I will say Israel has to be very careful because you're losing a lot of the world. You're losing a lot of support. But you have to finish up. You have to get the job done. And you have to get on to peace.
Now, does that mean that Donald Trump is not supporting Israel? No, I think he's supporting Israel.
Yeah, he's saying get rid of them. Finish it up.
Yeah,
get
finish
rid of
it
Hamas.
and be done.
Yeah,
and be done. All right, thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service, dependable, boom or bust, they are there for you. Look, these guys will deliver oil and gas products, interstate batteries, diesel, unleaded, whatever it is you need, they will deliver to a location, on-road or off-road. Find out more information, wakefieldOil.com. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day is having a toddler in their why phase makes you realize how much you know and don't know about things. But why? Why? We still get that from Tom, time to time. 6:39 BM, the Breakfast Club National Anthem and the Pledge on the way. I got the next story. We're going to talk about Lee County Sheriff's Department. Also, Sean P. Diddy, Puffy Combs. And an interesting story about Puffy. We'll get to that in just a sec. Tom?
Buddy, hey, that BS on the IRS, he says, they just want your social security number so they can bill you. He's saying this morning, probably. And another text says, I can listen to RFK over Joe Biden anytime.
Well, you're right about that, but it's hard to listen to him.
And let's get it right. It's a $7 tree now, says this one text. Oh, and the question of the day, your favorite video game? Well, this one says...
Of all time.
Of all time. Pong is the best video game ever, says this one text. And I have two. My best video game ever would have to be the all the Guitar Heroes and Rock Band. He says, or this text says, the era of gaming is dead, and, well, it's sad.
Well, there's so much money to be made off of, like, games that are on your phone.
Right.
That, to get to the next stage, you need to buy something. And believe me, kids get addicted to that. And all of a sudden, they have run, they spent $200 on getting to the next stage.
Right. And there are a lot of answers for the video game thing. Everything from Pong to Twisted Metal to Contra to Mario Brothers, Miss Pac-Man, etc. on those games. And somebody pointed out that they think it's generational, and I believe that.
Maybe.
I think whatever the best game was when you were playing it is different than what they think.
I
now.
like Pong. Bing, bong, bong,
like
bing.
I would agree that Pong is the best game because it got everything else going.
Right. What was it, MB?
Well, it was the first video game. Right. And we used to drive my mother crazy by catching the ball in the corner.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, of
we
course,
drive her crazy.
Minecraft is huge. among younger kids now, and of course, Legend
but isn't
of Zelda
that one of those
classic.
games that you have to pay to get to the next stage?
I think that's true. But like you have a lot of classic games like Super Mario and Legend of Zelda and all those kinds of games. Space Invaders was
I
a
love
big
Space
one.
Invaders.
And NCAA football comes back. Hasn't been around for
Mike
a
Tyson,
long time. I think I think July it releases.
If you remember, there was a boxing game. It was Mike Tyson's Knockout.
Oh, that's right.
Remember back in the day. I mean, there's a lot of them, and I think it depends on when you grew up playing them. And so it's cool to see all these answers coming in, even though Tom skipped most of them.
Well, no, I was going to get to it, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. We're going to talk about the former deputy files that lawsuit, Lee County. We knew this was coming, so we'll get to that. New Mexico, Democratic Party going after Yvette Herrell. KOAT did a report on this, and they had sent KOAT a press release. Here's what they had to say.
Last week, the state Democratic Party calling out candidate for District 2, Yvette Herrell, after removing all mentions of abortion on her campaign website, saying Yvette Herrell should know better than to think she can remove any mention of her anti-abortion position from her website without New Mexicans noticing. Voters will remember that Herrell has always been one of the most absolute opponents to any and all abortion rights and access to reproductive care.
I have a hard time understanding why abortion is, and maybe it's because I'm a dude.
No, here's what you're missing. Is KOAT right there is proving that they are a mouthpiece for the New Mexico Democrat Party. Because
I agree.
every time, both parties do this, and rightfully so, because that's their position. But every time they disagree with a candidate on anything, they send out these press releases. I get probably 8 a week, right, from both sides. And it's every time it's, well, he tied his shoelaces backwards and we disagree with that, right? I mean, it's that petty. And so,
and look, if
this
that
is a news
has
story,
been,
but they're making a news story out of a Democrat press release that's criticizing a candidate. So they didn't go and investigate the candidate. They're just mouthpiecing for the Democrat Party of New Mexico.
And I mean, Yvette Herrell has been pro-life from day one. And, we don't even know if she actually took.
It's her campaign. She doesn't have, no candidate has direct control over their webpage.
Exactly.
That's not what they do.
Exactly.
And on top of that, I'm going to say it's a good move because abortion is not the Republican talking point.
We've talked about this before. Steer clear.
Yeah.
Steer clear of abortion.
And they are doing, Democrats are doing everything they can to try to bring abortion to
make
the front.
An issue.
Yeah.
They want to make it an issue.
Because they lose on all the major issues and the ones that everybody's talking about. The border, the economy, all the important things.
Yep. The border and the economy are the number 1 and 2 topics that people are talking about.
And Gabe Vasquez, who is her opponent. Yeah, I know. Her opponent. If you go look, and this was like last week, I think, maybe the end of March, at the beginning of March, there was a vote on a resolution, and I forget what it was, but it was for oil and gas, right, which is very big in our area, and of course a very big part of his district outside of Las Cruces. And on this resolution that usually doesn't mean anything, right, because they're not passing a law with it. Your District 3 person, Ledger Fernandez, voted against it. Well, Gabe Vasquez actually voted for the resolution or whatever. He voted with oil and gas, but he had to go and get permission to do so, saying, look, I have to have this for my district so that I can go and point out that I did this. And it's a resolution. It doesn't do anything. And
that's the way it works in Washington, D.C. That's part of the problem. Your allegiance should not be to a party.
Right.
It should be to your constituents.
So when Gabe Vasquez comes out and says, look, I'm supporting the oil and gas, he's not.
He's lying.
Yeah.
No.
He votes against the laws, but a meaningless resolution, he kind of sides with it so that he can tout it and say, look, y'all, I voted with y'all, even though I hate you and I hate America. Vote for me. And so the Democrats try and get out in front of this with Yvette Harrell saying, "Oh, she took this down." Well, it's a non-issue. It shouldn't be one of her core issues.
No, and it should. And I
sorry,
pray to God it won't
that,
be.
but that's just kind of
no problem.
It's kind of the way that works.
It is official, Blake. AOC is really stupid.
What do you mean by that? Oh, I think what I meant is like the settlements that are increasing in some of these areas and places where Palestinians are experiencing difficulty in access to their housing and homes.
Oh.
Do you think you can expand on that? Yeah, I mean, I think I'd also just I am not the expert on geopolitics. On
Well, why are you talking about it if you're not the damn expert? Oh, you're killing me.
There's
AOC.
There's your low IQ.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of low IQ, Kamala Harris. Yeah, she was talking about the success that we're having at the border and the agreement we've made with Guatemala and El Salvador. As of late, all these crimes that we've had, murderers and shooting police officers, where have those people come from?
Where, Tom?
Guatemala and El Salvador.
Guatemala
and
Salvador.
Let me ask another question. Maybe we are being so successful there because all the people that were going to come here are already here.
Our work under the root causes strategy represents long-term development efforts. The problems, of course, did not occur overnight, and the solutions will not be achieved overnight. Yet we have seen short-term progress in Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras.
By the way, the numbers are 3 times as large as they were under Donald Trump. So I'm just not seeing the success.
Under Donald Trump, we had agreements with those countries.
Right.
If you remember, because we talked about this, Donald Trump with Mexico told them that they need to patrol their borders, which they had never done before. And he said, or we're going to put these tariffs on you. And so Mexico said, oh, well, we don't want that, so we're going to patrol the borders. And they had the Remain in Mexico policies and all those things.
Right.
And they were our partner. Now it's like extortion with Mexico telling the U.S. that we got to give them $20 billion.
Well, not only that, he said not only the money, he's saying that we also have to make his citizens our citizens. We have to give citizenship.
Well, we can do that. We just move our southern border to the southern border of Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, you want to annex Mexico as part of the United States. I'm all for it. In fact, I've endorsed that many times. No problem. After the video shattered her world, Karina Tello, a former deputy at the Lee County Sheriff's Department, taken action against her former employer, the Lee County Sheriff's Office, and she lost her job. We talked about this story. We did. Filed the lawsuit.
We did.
And we talked about this a couple weeks ago, as there were videos that were going around, nude videos of her.
That she filmed.
She filmed and sent to somebody.
Right.
So she filmed them and sent to somebody, and somebody passed them on to somebody else. And you could expect that to happen when you film a sex video.
Yep.
Tom, you're lucky I didn't send that out.
I would have sued you.
I'm just saying you. What you suing me for?
You have no right.
It's on a company phone. It doesn't belong to you.
And you know that didn't happen to you.
What?
Yeah. And what
did you just say that?
What about the vibrator that I sent you? I mean, what have you done with that one?
Did you just say that didn't happen?
That didn't happen.
I'm going to turn my mic off.
The vibrator you sent me. The foot vibrator that you gave me. I don't know why you would give me that, but thank you so much.
So you're saying that your sex video didn't happen and you sent B a vibrator.
I said B a vibrator.
So how does that make you any better because you sent him a vibrator?
It doesn't matter, man.
Yes, thank you for that, Tom.
One thing you got to learn, Blake, is how to do this show, man. And you're still a baby in this industry, dude.
So
wait.
Let me get back.
You're still a baby,
man. I'm going to be.
You got to take it as a joke, man. You can't be serious.
All right,
about
let's get back to the story. Anyway, when you send a video to somebody else, you have consented. I do believe. I could be way off course. You sent it to somebody else. You consented to send that.
I don't know where that falls, honestly. And I know that law enforcement officers, they have a different standard, I guess, when it comes to, I don't know.
Well, there is definitely a character clause in their agreement.
Yes.
And that's part of it. So we'll see where this thing plays out with the Lee County Sheriff's Department. I did see that the sheriff put out a statement, but it was kind of a cryptic statement yesterday that said that we stand firm, and I don't. You remember exactly what it said?
It said, in light of recent publicity regarding the Lee County Sheriff's Office and Lee County, we strongly deny the allegations. We feel confident that we will prevail when all the facts are presented.
Yeah.
And it didn't really address any of the lawsuits that they're currently facing. And I kind of took it as an overall statement for all of them.
Yeah. But I mean, because a lot of stuff is, but let me just say this much. If there are bad cops need to be eliminated.
Yes.
And you know who feels more serious about that than anybody I know? That's Corey Helton. Corey Helton, he didn't want bad people with part of his team.
No.
And so we will let this play out and see where it goes.
Right.
But
I've been talking to a lot of people on both sides of this issue, and I'm kind of in that same boat. Is I need to see where this is going, because you have allegations on one side, you have a lot of allegations for various departments and things like that. And then you have the other side saying that's not exactly true. So.
But I have never seen so much sex stuff going on, and not just at the sheriff's department, but there are other allegations with the Hobbs PD, and I'm just going, man, these people are high testosterone, man.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes in some of these, and not even lawsuits, but complaints, sometimes there are officers that come up time and again in various complaints. And we were talking about this earlier.
Right.
And one of the things is with that, you're willing to give somebody the benefit of the doubt on a number of cases, right? Like, okay, well, that's mistaken and this is mistaken. But if a same officer's name keeps coming up over and over and over,
3 times, there might be an issue.
Yeah. And
that might be an issue. Yeah. We're going to get to the Puffy Combs story in just a second. Morning show being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. 575-552-1751. Main Trailer Sales, Inc.com. If you're working in the patch looking for an RV, not a problem. They have a huge selection. Maybe you're just retiring and you're deciding, hey, you want to do some traveling. They've got fifth wheels, ultralights, toy haulers, and more. Find them online at maintrailersalesinc.com. Call them 575-622-1751. Maintrailersalesinc.com. Don't go camping without them. Go to the website and take that virtual tour. 66 for the high today, sunny skies. 30-mile-an-hour winds, most of that from the northwest. 34 tonight, and then 73 tomorrow. The wind will be gone for tomorrow, but it will be back for Thursday night into Friday. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by the Butcher Block Meat Market and, of course, the grill. If you haven't tried the food, man, it is awesome. Tom can vouch for them.
Yeah.
It is simply awesome. They've got great burritos, and, of course, they have breakfast platters. And if you're looking for meat, they have some of the best meats. Part of the reason their food is so good is that their meat is so awesome. And they have rolled out these meat packs for $89.99. This is meat pack number 4. You get center cut pork chops, 4 pounds, pork roast, 3 pounds, bacon, 3 pounds, center cut pork ribs, 4 pounds, pork stew, 3 pounds, and then pork sausage, 3 pounds, all for $89.99. Find out more information. Call in advance, 575-739-7778. Like them on Facebook. Find out the lunch special today by checking out their Facebook page. And enjoy your breakfast at the Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill today. Pete Rose, I talked about this yesterday. And Pete Rose said it, and I couldn't find the soundbite. Here's what Pete Rose had to say.
Back in the 70s and 80s, I wish I'd have had an interpreter. I'd be scot-free.
So talking about the gambling at baseball and the accusations, and he just needed an interpreter. Something tells me he wouldn't have got off. Sean Puffy Combs declares his innocence. Well,
of course,
Kinda. It really wasn't Sean Puffy Combs that said it. It was his attorney that said it. And he also, they went into great detail about the overuse of military-level force when they were conducting these search warrants that scared his employees, and his children. There's some freaky stuff going on. There, no doubt. And Cuba Gooding Jr., I didn't know he floated the other way.
No. Cuba Gooding?
Cuba Gooding Jr. is named in the lawsuit against, what's the guy's name? J. Ray. And supposedly when he was younger, J. Ray was manhandled by Cuba Gooding Jr. on a boat. And supposedly this type of stuff, there is something that they called the Puffy Camps, where Justin Bieber went to the Puffy Camp. Mm-hmm. Usher was like 13 years old when he was introduced to the Puffy Camp. Here's what he had to say on the Howard Stern Show.
I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
You were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
So that tells you something right there, and supposedly there are some big name record executives that were paying for these wild parties that included underage individuals, drugs, and all kind of other stuff. And part of the reason this went down, Diddy's alleged mule. Tom, don't confuse mule with bull, okay? Alleged mule, described in a recent lawsuit, was arrested Monday while Diddy and his crew were stopped by federal law enforcement agencies. According to the affidavit obtained by TMZ, 25-year-old Brendan Paul was booked on 2 separate drug charges as the feds intercepted the Diddy plane at the airport in Miami. 1 count of possession of what they believe to be cocaine and marijuana candy. Both are felonies because they were brought from somewhere into Florida. Well, I mean, the marijuana. I mean, cocaine is, illegal. In the paperwork, officers claimed that while they were working in conjunction with Homeland Security and Border Protection, they came across what they described as a suspected drugs in this guy's travel bags. And the cops go on to say the narcotics were tested and found to be legit, leading to Paul's arrest. He was booked in the jail, but has since bailed out. Paul was named in the Ronnie Jones explosive complaint against Diddy about drugs and underage folks and guns and all kind of other stuff. But some big-time record labels could go down, record label executives could go down on this. And Sean Puffy, did he leave the country?
They say he went to the Caribbean.
So they can't even get in touch with him. So he is speaking through his attorney at this point.
So is this a case where maybe he picked up where Epstein left off?
I think there was a lot of that going on. And I think, look, when Cat Williams started talking.
I remember that interview with Shay Shay.
Yeah, you're Shay Shay. Yeah. But anyway, there's a lot more to this.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot more to this, and can't wait for it to start, busting wide open. Rio Grande high school student died after collapsing on the track.
Saw that.
17-year-old collapsed at the Rio Grande high school track on Sunday, according to the Bernalillo Sheriff's Department. Happened about 9:30 Sunday morning. 2 girls called 911, and when they saw the teenage boy had collapsed after he was running on the track, he was a member of the baseball team. CPR was given. He was taken to the hospital. He died Tuesday morning. Developing story, don't know a whole bunch about it. That could be he's an athlete. Sometimes the heart isn't completely developed. You've seen that a lot. Most of the time that's in basketball players, but we'll see how this plays out. And also in sports news this morning, Richard Pitino. And I hate the way they headline this story on KOAT.
He's the coach
Richard
of the Lobos
Pitino.
basketball team. Yeah.
You going to let me finish?
Sure, go ahead.
Richard Pitino, son of Rick Pitino.
Yes.
I mean, why you have to? I mean, this kid has done quite well on his own. You don't have to tell me it's Rick Pitino's son. Is in the mix for the University of Louisville head coaching job.
Really? Where's Daddy used to coach at one time?
Yes. Thank you, Tom. God bless you.
Yeah,
Texas
you
border
doubling down
encounters.
on the daddy thing, huh?
Yeah. Oh, he's right there. Texas border encounters continue to decline as the illegal entries shift to California and Arizona. The Greg Abbott plan is working.
Yes.
So
yes, it is.
I don't know how Biden can go against this. It's actually working.
Well, he can go against it because he is against it. He is just like Gabe Vasquez. He wants open borders. He does not.
Yep. How many people flown to the United States from other countries?
330 some odd thousand. Ooh.
Yeah. And, not one Democrat voted against that. Senator Bill Hagerty saying that Democrats blocked the bill to stop taxpayers from flying illegal immigrants into the country. They don't care about you. They don't care about your tax dollars. They don't care about anything except bringing people into this country. So it's bad enough the border is open, but now we're flying to other countries and bringing people into this country so they don't have to stand in line. That makes sense. Wow.
Hey, B, we got a phone call this morning.
Sure, let's go. We got to go to 705.
Good morning. You're on B in the Breakfast Club. Where are you calling from?
So what's going on, boys?
Hey.
I tell you what's going to happen to that former deputy of Lee County Sheriff's Department. I sent you guys a video the other day about Better Bachelor on YouTube did a video of the female police officer in that little town of Tennessee somewhere.
Yeah.
She was sleeping with six of the police officers. She walked away with $500,000. That's exactly what's going to happen to this one over.
So you think she's going to get a payoff?
Yeah, I don't see how this lady in Tennessee, I mean, reading some of the text message, she was encouraging this activity.
Sorry.
So I don't know how she got paid that much money, but most of the time they just pay. Municipal League says pay them off.
Yeah. They don't mess with
it.
Well,
that's up to the insurance companies for the counties and the cities, and they say just pay them.
Right.
Yeah. Isn't there a $1 million limit, though? Nowadays?
I don't think so.
No.
Anyway, we are running late, B.
Yeah, let me do one more story. Trump leading Biden and the important swing states like Michigan. Trump leading Biden. All right, 877-396-W105. When I come back, please remind me to do the human leg story. The guy chewing on a human leg.
Oh,
nowhere else but California. I saw this story yesterday, but I wanted to make sure and confirm it. And now that I've got the confirmation,
we'll remind you for sure.
This is sick. It really is. All right, let's get updated with news. We'll qualify you for the cash. 707 KWMW, Malmore 105.1 FM. News this morning being brought to you by WWRV3.com. That's their website, WWRV. 988-0392. That's their phone number. Look, they have over 162 RV hookups in Carlsbad. 3 different parks. They are available and very well lit up, pet friendly, one low price, 30 and 50 amps available, of course, and all your utilities are included for one price. Cool thing is they have high-speed internet wired right to your hookup. 988-0392, WWRV3.com. Taking a break. We're W105 708. Be in the Breakfast Club.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
The Geo Group in Hobbs presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Is brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Well, those in Hobbs who enjoy different dining experience from hamburgers and Mexican food will be saddened to hear Tokyo Steakhouse closing. But don't fret, because the Asian cuisine isn't going far. It's just moving over to Joe Harvey Boulevard under a new name. New name comes with a new building currently beginning construction on Joe Harvey between Polk Stone Bank and Martin Boot Company. Owner says the new location, slated to be around 8,000 square feet, including a mixed drinks bar, is something the existing location lacks. Not only is the business moving, expanding, and changing names, but it's also opening a new dining experience in Hobbs and an Asian noodle house. Consistent fossil fuel development in Eddy County led to continued growth for property taxes paid by individual residents and businesses last year. That, according to County Assessor Rhonda Hatch. She presented an annual update activities conducted by her office last year to the Eddy County Board of County Commissioners on March 19. Hatch says new state law requires a yearly report to commissioners. She said 988 new oil and gas wells drilled in Eddy County last year, and 329 new business openings led to $588 million of property tax collections, which are the value of buildings on a residential lot. A new 77,000 square foot livestock and multi-use building, part of the Eddy County Fair Board's plan to update the fairgrounds. Dylan Pinson, president of the Fair Board, and John Putnam, a director of the Fair Board, asking the Eddy County Board of County Commissioners to help foot the bill. The new facility has an estimated price tag of $25 million, and the Fair Board still needs $10 million to build the new multi-purpose facility. Crews investigating a train derailment in Socorro County. It happened late Monday night. According to Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railway, nobody hurt in the derailment, and crews worked to clean up the scene. Officials have not said what the train was hauling at the time of the derailment. The cause of the derailment under investigation. That's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Tax time bonus bucks only at National Furniture Liquidators. We know you work hard for your money, so here's a bonus. For every $1,000 you spend, get $100 bonus bucks. Deals like this actually sectional, just $788. A 5-piece queen bedroom set, just $688. Or this reclining sofa and love seat, just $1188 both pieces, plus $100 bonus bucks. Store-wide savings and great financing options regardless of your credit. National Furniture Liquidators. liquidators when it comes to value, quality, and selection.
Nobody beats yours.
It's a slam dunk. March Markdown Madness is back all during Truck Month at Permian Ford. With the best lineup of 2024 trucks and SUVs, now is the time to slam dunk your deal. Now is your chance to trade in and trade up while you save thousands on a new Ford and score big with our absolute best price. It's March Markdown Madness during Truck Month at Permian Ford on the corner of Del Paso and Sanger.
Permian Ford.
Visit PermianFord.net.
Truck Central USA.
Most people gamble. They visit a casino, buy a lottery ticket, play an online game. But for a few, gambling becomes more than fun. It becomes a problem, an addiction, just like a drug or alcohol addiction. Free and confidential help and treatment is available, funded by Responsible Gaming Association of New Mexico. A toll-free hotline, 888-696-2440, is available 24 hours a day. Find help at rganm.org.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services. 1315 Avenue D in Lovington, with 5 generations of their own Lovington Wildcats.
Proudly serving the Permian Basin for over 10 years, Battle Energy Services says good luck to the Lovington Wildcats. With locations in Lovington, New Mexico, and Midland, Texas, Battle Energy is your source for BOP nipple up and testing services. Also offering Safeland USA and H2S Oilfield safety classes every Friday. 5 generations of Lovington Wildcats are behind the family and team at Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. That's 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
The Lovington Wildcats exploded for 3 wins in the Artesia Baseball Tournament over the weekend, including back-to-back games where they scored 18 runs. First-year coach Christian Cruz.
We want to compete. And we just don't want to compete in one aspect of the game. We want to compete at the plate. We want to compete on defense. And then one of the most important things, we got to be able to compete on the mound.
In the game against Los Alamos, the Wildcat pitching shut them out 10-0 and only allowed 2 hits for their 3rd win of the tournament. Cruz believes that his players are buying into the program, and he looks for a lot of success this season.
And that's one of the greatest things about being able to be an assistant first is there's a type of relationship there already. They understand that you're here for them. You're here for the program. You're all in just as much as they are. And that's one of the biggest things that's helped us transition and get to the point we are right now. And
next up for Lovington will be the Ruidoso Warriors Thursday at home.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
But hey, enough of my yakking. What do you say? Let's boogie. Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. And broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
Are you listening to me? Because I'm about to unload.
Blue milk. You can drink blue milk. You can drink blue milk. It's almost here.
Blake, you have no idea what that's about, right?
Oh, it's all about Star Wars. If you remember
Blue milk.
In the first Star Wars, when Luke comes back into the thing in the morning, Aunt Beru hands him, she pours him a glass of blue milk, and he drinks it. So he has a blue milk mustache.
Well, there's also something else. They're coming out with Viagra milk.
Oh.
Kind of little pouches of, like, I guess, yogurt milk with Viagra.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it fits into the criteria of, Luke. And, of course, he did have his lightsaber.
Which was also blue. It was blue as well.
New study finds that workers with more flexible job security have better mental health, which explains why mental health is not good at Chipotle. Just saying. Or Taco Bell. Yeah. Whoever had to clean up that toilet, it's not good. New study finds that middle-aged Americans are lonelier than ever, which is exactly what happens when you replace the spouse with kids and then dogs and cats. That's what happens. So Americans are lonelier than ever. Tom,
Now-
you believe that?
What do you think, Tom? All the friends your age, are they lonely?
You know, they can go to the senior center, find some friends there.
Have you been over there?
I have.
And
They
tell,
have
tell
good,
us about it.
They have good lunches.
Do they? Right on.
$2. Can't beat $2.
No? Made some new friends?
Yeah.
Good. That's awesome. Are they lonely?
You know, I talked to a lot of vets. They have a lot of stories.
Right.
I enjoy it.
Well, that wasn't the question.
Well, we got in.
The question
Blake
is,
made it that.
are they lonesome tonight? Yeah. Music producer Joel Diamond is offering a Stormy Daniels a recording contract.
Oh, yeah.
And she's just glad that she didn't have to take off her clothes.
Oh.
She's happy. You know, she had been
So
in
are we at this
porn
point.
movies, and then she was going to places like the Pink Slipper in Artesia. I mean, things had gotten pretty bad for Stormy Daniels. I mean, Trump did pay her off.
Wait, are you
you
saying
don't-
that Tom went and saw her at an Artesia?
Well, I'm not. I didn't want to say that.
Never been there.
DBS arrests 6 in the Lone Star card fraud investigation. So, Texas Department of Public Safety announced that they arrested 6 people in the El Paso area. And they list their names. I'm not going to list all their names. So 6 people were arrested. Investigation revealed a store owner that allowed nutritional assistant recipients to receive cash in exchange for a higher value, half. You know how that works. Hey, I'll give you 100 for 50.
Right.
And Homeland Security investigated. Lone Star cards, of course, are used as, the other side of SNAP benefits from the feds. So if you're messing with that, you're messing with the feds. 30 people have been arrested for a Lone Star fraud, a card fraud, since 2016. That number should be much higher, much, much higher. Judge issues a Trump gag order ahead of the hush money trial with Stormy Daniels.
Huh. Imagine that.
So, by the way, she already got paid.
Yes.
I mean, why is there even a case?
Well,
Nuts.
the whole case against the president is not apparently that he paid her. It's that he falsified business records to hide it.
Yeah,
That's
sure he
the
did.
case. Well, that's what they're saying. That's the case.
Yeah. A woman in a wheelchair hit by a truck at a gas station died in the hospital. Sad
Oh,
story.
gee.
Albuquerque Police Department says the woman crossing the parking lot on the wheelchair was hit and killed on Tuesday. Officers responded to Love gas station on 6th Street about 1 p.m., and they say a Dodge pickup truck traveling north made a left turn into the parking lot and didn't see the woman and struck her. There were no signs of speeding or intoxication, so that's pretty much all that, nobody arrested. The woman was taken to the hospital and later died. Sometimes if a truck is, jacked up a little too high, they're not going to be able to see like a wheelchair.
Right.
And it's simply an accident.
Sometimes people who have to use their wheelchair instead of having a vehicle, like you will see that more in like larger communities, not necessarily
Right.
the small ones. But sometimes those people will put like one of those bicycle flags that stick up.
Yeah.
on
Yes.
their wheelchair.
Yes.
And-
Yeah, no doubt. All right, we're going to get to the human leg. Well, I promise I'll get to that
leg, right.
coming up in just a second. Biden concedes to the pro-Palestinian protesters after multiple interruptions yesterday in North Carolina. Have you seen some of these people that are back in the pro-Palestinian movement, the protesters? Have you actually seen some of these people?
They They're professional demonstrators.
That's exactly what they are. And what was that organization that was out during Black Lives Matters, but Antifa?
Yes.
Whatever happened to Antifa? Anybody
there.
ever thought
They're there, but they
just wearing they're wearing a different suit.
Yes.
They took off the Antifa suit. Now they're pro-Palestinians.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. So Biden stopped multiple times from doing his speech, interrupted, and then he said the words, "Let them go. They have a point on caring for Palestinians, for Gaza." One person yelled, "What about health care in Gaza? Hell, what about health care in America?
Mm-hmm.
What about health care for people that have paid taxes all their damn lives? I don't have insurance. What about Americans? Let them go. They have a point." Still trying to figure out what point, but God bless you, Joe Biden. Loving man arrested, accused of road rage. 38-year-old Samuel Guerrero was arrested in Lubbock and act of road rage right there on 19th Street. He is still being held at the Lubbock County Detention Center. $30,000 bond. Mega Millions announced that they had a winner in New Jersey. We told you about that. $1.3 billion jackpot. Damn. That's crazy. All right, we're going to talk about Ronna McDaniels, the former RNC chair. We'll get to that in just a second. Boy, she's looking for another job today.
Maybe she can gnaw on a human leg.
Yeah, she can. Well, I'm going to get to that next.
I'm not going to let you get rid of that. I got to hear that.
No. I'm going to being brought to you by Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Racing this Friday and Saturday at the Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Friday night, yes, they are racing starting at 7 o'clock. Gates open at 6. It is the TNT races on Friday, and then the big races Saturday. We're talking about the bracket racing and box, no box, street, bikes, junior dragsters, and more. If you need more information, follow them, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Follow them there, or you can just call Jamal, 575-631-5099. Call Jamal today. We got things that happened on this date in history. 2 taking out the trash. Yeah, we got 2. And I got it. Okay. Just let me say this before I play it. It is graphic, and it's a story out of Wasco,
Do we need to hold
California.
it till the 8 o'clock hour?
No, it's not that great. I mean, they don't go into terrible details, but I mean, it's not every day you see somebody chomping on a human leg. I'll let the news reporter tell the story.
And he walked all through here, and he was waving a person's leg, and he started chewing on it over there. He was biting it, and then he was hitting it against the wall and everything, and.
It was a typical Friday for the construction workers laying down concrete outside the Amtrak station in Wasco until they saw a horrifying sight. You are looking at what a witness says is a man eating a detached leg. The detached leg came from a person hit by a train near the Wasco Amtrak station earlier that morning.
On the leg, the skin was hanging. You can see the bone.
Jose Ibarra tells Eyewitness News that when the man walked past him with the leg, he believed him to be homeless. Ibarra is unsure where the man came from. He says Kern County Sheriff's deputies stopped the man after people from the Amtrak station called the police.
I got to admit, I hope they got him a checkup from the neck up.
He is obviously disturbed.
Yes. Wow. That's just troubling at best. All right, we're going to get to Ronna McDaniel's story about, she's taking some backlash, and I think she's got a lawsuit. I'll get to that coming up next. Taking out trash this morning, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com. Find them today at trash-eaters.com or 575-390-4549. They do residential trash pickup. Need your trash picked up? Give them a call today. Trash Man will take care of you. And they also like to remind you that the Lovington Animal Shelter, they need volunteers. They need monetary donations and volunteers. Call them if you want to volunteer or donate, 575-552-3669. All right, I got two stories for taking out trash. National Abortion Group, in fact, these guys push abortion up to birth. This is a group that is endorsing 7 New Mexico candidates. So this group is
Emily's
supports them. Yeah, they support abortion all the way to birth, and they've entrenched themselves in New Mexico. Nothing says that I'm sick than somebody that thinks abortion at birth is a good idea. And I'll just say it again. Why are we stopping at birth? Why don't we do it at like 2 years old or 5 years old? I mean, if you're going to be sick, be sick. By the way, that was satire. No, I don't want to. I don't want to kill any kids.
No.
Just sad.
And what's to stop them there? Why not? Why do they want to stop there? Why don't they just say, well, murder's always legal. You can kill anyone for any reason.
Exactly. So that's taking out trash, number one. Number two, Fairfax County, Virginia. Tom, that is right close to?
Fairfax, Virginia.
D.C.?
The nation's capital, Tom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I have a map of Virginia
in
front of me? No.
Some things should just be common knowledge. Thank you. Fairfax County, Virginia. They kind of renamed Easter.
Really? What they do?
Yes, it's going to be called Transgender Visibility Day.
Oh, God, really?
What?
They have hijacked the most sacred holiday. The Fairfax County School Board has added Transgender Visibility Day to their calendar. And, of course, we already have LGBTQ Pride Month, and then October is LGBTQ History Month. And then we have another day called Coming Out Day. But now we need the most sacred religious day that we have.
Well, and it's obvious that this is a war on Christianity.
No doubt. Maybe it's a war on morality.
Well, that could be.
Tom, what does Easter stand for?
It is well, if you take out the commercial part of it, it's a religious holiday.
What does it stand for, Tom?
Well, Mr. Psychopedia, why don't you tell us what it stands for?
He asked you.
Well, I don't want to answer it. But you asked me now. You now answer the question. You don't know either, do you?
I do know.
Well, then tell us that, Blake. Tell us.
I don't know. It could be something about the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Of course.
I don't know. I tried throwing you a lob, bro.
Well, don't. If you knew the answer, why did you ask me for?
Because you're part of the show.
Lob.
Well, aren't we a part of the show, right?
I'm trying to introduce you into the show.
Thank you very much, B. I've been doing this show with you for 15 years. I think I know my role.
Please do tell what it is, because I can't figure it out.
Well, then you're a dummy.
Yes, I'm the dummy. Thank you. God bless you. All right, The View, talking about Donald Trump and his bond.
Oh, that
they
was a
were
good
not
segue.
happy.
That was a great segue talking about dummy.
So did you see Whoopi yesterday? She got up, and I mean, they're doing the show, and she gets up and she goes, "Hey, you."
Yes.
"Hey, you. I see you over there with the camera. Knock it off." And then, of course, the audience.
Well,
I mean, she could actually fart and they would applaud. Well, she
Yes.
has. What am I talking about?
Well, and then like one of the other girls up there was like, "What did he do?" And she's like, "He had a camera." Which I do understand the other side of that too, because they tell you can't film when you go into these shows. But I think the View is starting. All those women up there, we call them the Hen Club, are starting to turn on their audience. I mean, it's not the first time in recent memory that they've started calling out audience members.
"Hey, you." What the heck, Karen? Anyway, the View talking about Donald Trump and his bond. They weren't happy. Here's what they had to say.
Trial could make him more popular. Because a lot of his base is going to side with him no matter what. Yes, that's probably true. But is this going to make him more appealing to uncommitted voters? Oh, he's got another trial. I'm going to vote for him.
Yeah, exactly.
How is that going to work?
I guess it makes them feel like they're victims, like he's a victim, they're victims. It's like all of that. But it's like he's got how many?
88 criminal charges across 4 different jurisdictions.
I mean, the only thing the guy hasn't done so far is shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue.
Right.
Like he said he could do.
Yeah.
He's done every crime now, and he's running for the presidency of one of the great countries of the world.
One of the great countries of the world. Not the greatest country of the world. One of the greatest countries in the world. And the problem with this, look, you can be charged with anything until you're found guilty. And so far, what did they find him guilty of? Even the woman has said that he didn't rape her. It was an emotional rape. I mean, she said it. She said it was an emotional rape. I don't even know how you rape somebody emotionally. I don't. So they haven't charged him with anything. I mean, you can have all these indictments. It really doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. Ronna McDaniels, of course, she was the chairman of the RNC, but she's gone now. So NBC gave her a job. They thought it would be a great deal that she would go over. And, so now, all these people on MSNBC said, well, it's not fair. She goes from that job to it. Well, Jen Psaki did the same thing.
Exactly. And she was the White House spokesman for Biden.
Right. So you didn't complain about that, but they complained so much that they fired her. And after 1 week, they fired. She didn't even make it a week.
No, only a couple days.
And so I think she's under contract. At the least, they're going to have to pay her through her contract, and maybe even a lawsuit coming down. Maybe.
Well, she could have a defamation of character lawsuit.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because they all went on the air talking about how they hated her and she was awful and how could they do this to them. And if that doesn't solidify where MSNBC is, that they can't have any opposing voices on the network.
Agreed. Agreed. Bay Area fast food chain continues to lay off folks. Pizza Hut franchise has laid off more than 1,200 people. Yeah, and part of the reason, $20 an hour wage increase.
Well,
the Bay Area,
they said that tips can't help cover that. They have to pay them a base of $20 an hour.
Yeah, and they so say goodbye to delivery.
Yeah,
because it's gone. Another business called the Virtuality Bowl. It's a franchise, and that guy said, we're going to reduce 20% of employees because we can't afford the labor costs at this point. So, I mean, simple economics. I mean, you raise the price of anything, and the price of goods goes up.
Yeah,
and it's
and
passed on to
the
the
restaurant
consumer.
industry is already reeling.
Right.
You know, if you want to put a death nail in it, this is how you do it.
Yeah, and people that don't understand business will be like, well, they can just they can just like not make as much money. Look, it is never going to happen. People get in the business and invest their savings to get in the business because they want to make money.
Right.
And why wouldn't they want to make money? God bless them.
Well, and they don't understand profit margin. They don't understand all that. The food industry overall, like grocery store margins are very slim.
Very slim.
Oh.
Most restaurant margins are very slim. I mean, there's certain types of restaurants that do better than others, but restaurant margins are slim.
Isn't it about 15%?
Yeah.
For a restaurant?
Yeah.
And a convenience store is
way more.
Like 5%.
Yeah. But big box stores and big box retailers, it's 50% plus.
Right.
Because that's called keystone marketing in retail.
Movie theaters, by God, how much does it cost to pop a tub of popcorn?
Well, but that's where all of their money comes from because most of them lose money when they show the films.
Yeah. And they're mandated a lot of what movies are going to be. They have to take a lot of those movies. So, all right, Tom on the text, 877-396-W105. Be in the Breakfast Club morning show this morning being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction. Trusted name across southeast New Mexico. 575-391-1430. They can take care of your siding, your windows. They can take care of your doors, seamless gutters, metal roofs, shingle roofs, metal buildings, and more. Just go to the website and you can find out everything they do at SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com. Give them a call, 575-391-1430. Give them a call today. Tom?
All right, so this text is asking me, what do y'all think about the cargo ship colliding into the bridge? Intentional, since it is the busiest port for car exports, the text is asking this morning.
It's the number 10 busiest port in America.
Is it? Okay. Now, will that affect, I know it's on the East Coast,
It
but
will affect everything.
Oh, all throughout the country? Okay, good. And another texter is saying that I hope they burn in hell for changing Easter, this one text. Well, they will answer one day to the maker, so that's up to him. Another texter says, guys, of course, they've seen improvements of Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. Those countries are sending their scores to America. This is John, by the way. As in
they're sending the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
And, they've emptied out the jails. They've emptied out the mental hospitals. And go to America. You're America's problem now.
Mm-hmm. And as John goes on to say, as is every other darn country in the world right now, if America sent all of our incarcerated and criminal elements to other countries, we would be a better country, too. I mean, that would be y'all firing Tom Hay. It would just make the station sound a lot better. Thank you very much.
I was thinking about sending him to Guatemala. And then he would have to get that haircut, the one that they just put a bowl on the head and cut around.
I always thought about those, But, hey.
I think it would look good on you, Tom.
It'd be a lot cheaper,
I'm
I'll
just
tell you
saying,
that
I think
much.
it would.
All right, let's go to the phone lines. B, good morning. You are on B in the Breakfast Club. Who are you?
Hey, one of two things need to happen. Blake, you need to go get a Snickers for that diva, or y'all need to send her to the bunker to take a nap.
Yes.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Take it easy.
Don't know what he meant, but yeah, it sounded funny.
Yeah, you need a Snickers, bud. Diva is correct. 19 minutes away from 7 o'clock. Things that happen on this date in history on the way. Also, we got the boob of the day still to come. Biden talking about the national debt. I mean, look, if you voted for this guy, this is your president. And you know, I respect the office, but, I mean, just listen to this. I mean, this is bad.
I cut the national debt by $1.7 trillion. We literally cut the federal debt in half by $1.4 trillion. $1.7 trillion. $1.7 trillion cut. We cut the debt by $1.7 billion in the last 2 years. Let me say that again. $1.7 trillion. I reduced the budget by $1.7 billion. And reduced the debt. We cut the federal debt in half. Fact. In the first 2 years of my administration, I cut the debt by $1.7 trillion.
By the way, I mean, billion, trillion, I mean, he doesn't know what, I mean, it's a lot of damn zeros, okay?
Well, look,
but
he thinks that adding that much to the debt is cutting it in half.
Well, and that is look, and I will say this much. Trump added a lot to the national debt. We increased. Yeah. I mean, we did, but, I mean, we were under pandemic. It was a bad time for America. I get it. People weren't working. People were not going to work. America was at a standstill. We were giving too much money away. And so Trump raised he added to the national debt.
Mm-hmm.
But I looked at these numbers today, so I wanted to make sure that I was accurate. Biden has added to the national debt. He has not cut the national debt.
No.
So, Joe,
quit
lying.
When was the last president that actually cut the national debt? Was it Reagan?
It probably is. Look, there are several presidents that added to the national debt at a ridiculous increase.
Mm-hmm. W was one of them.
George W. Bush, I mean, a ridiculous amount of money. And Barack Obama. Those are the two largest.
Right. I think Bill Clinton, one of the good things that he did was he had a
balanced budget.
Yeah.
Last time we've seen that.
And part of that is because of that was when computers and, all that had just started going crazy.
That was kind of back, no matter what party the president belonged to, they still looked to the best interest of the United States.
But I will say it was also the end of the end because, NAFTA came in and we thought it was a great idea. You know what we ought to do? We ought to give our jobs to Mexico. We'll let them build the cars and the washing machines and the outboard motors and the weed whackers and the list goes. I mean, how smart were we that we were like, we're going to give all our jobs away? To the point where we don't make stuff in America anymore, unfortunately. Well, we make gas and oil and, that type of stuff, but we don't have the factories making stuff like we used to. Look at all the crap coming from China. It's crazy. All right, Tom on the text. We're going to get to things that happened on this date in history, then the national anthem and the pledge.
All right, so Jeff from Hagerman is chiming in. He says, Russia considers the LGBTQG a terror organization. That's Jeff saying that this morning. And another texter says, Biden sounds, Smoky Valley in Arizona, by the way, Biden sounds like a kid and doesn't know anything about numbers yet, and he's just making crap up. That's
I cut it. I mean, I cut it. I did.
And another text said about the View. The old ladies there on the View should be called powder puff because the girls, the only thing coming out is dust. That's what the texter says.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, because we went to the text, and that's what the texter said.
That's what the texter
Joe
said.
Biden saying that concerning the Baltimore bridge, he said, we're going to pay for it. We will pay for it.
Shouldn't have
It's going to pay for the repairs. I'm just curious. This was a ship that appears to be at fault. Is there any reason to believe that the company behind the ship should be held responsible? And then also, you mentioned
and pay for it to get the bridge rebuilt and opened. What did you?
I mean, that is a legitimate question.
Yeah.
I mean, who paid for the Exxon Valdez spill? Who paid for that?
Exxon.
Exxon. So it's a legitimate question. Yeah, I think they ought to go after the company. And, you know, maybe the proper answer is, yeah, we're going after those son of a guns. But at the same time, the bridge needs to be built. We're going to build it, and then we'll reimburse ourselves. All right, that would have been the proper answer. But he said it again. We're going to build it.
It's my intention that we'll pay for the entire cost of reconstructing that bridge, and I expect the Congress to support my effort. This is going to take some time. The people of Baltimore can count on us, though, to stick with them at every step of the way until the port is reopened and the bridge is rebuilt.
Now, look, Baltimore is a stronghold, Democratic Party stronghold.
Mm-hmm.
And so he will, at this point, say pretty much anything to get votes. Sad but true. And should we go after the company, the shipping company? Damn right we should.
Mm-hmm.
Damn right we should. Handful of my friends, I talked to them today. They were captains on ships, and both of them that I talked to said that why didn't they drop anchors?
Right.
Why didn't they drop anchors? They had time to drop anchors.
Good question.
So I'm sure that will come up at some point later on. 12 away from 8. Be on the Breakfast Club. Morning show this morning. We've got a lot of stuff to get to. In fact, we're going to qualify you for cash on the way. Things that happen on this date in history, being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms and the Indoor Firing Range, state-of-the-art firing range, climate control. They offer a awesome place to go shoot. They also have the Milo FBI training simulator. Want to train like the professionals train? You can do that because they have over 1,000 different scenarios. It's kind of like playing a video game, but you can actually use live fire or laser to play the video game, which is awesome. Don't have a gun, they'll rent you a gun. In fact, they actually have a fully auto AR in the store. If you've never shot something like that, wouldn't that be cool? You can rent that. And if you need training, if you're buying a gun from 2A Tactical Firearms and the Indoor Firing Range, and you need training, they do one-on-one or group training. And if you're a first-time shooter, first-time buyer of firearm, I think I would highly encourage that. These guys have tactical gear, ammo, a huge selection of firearms. Find them and Hobbs at 236 East Navajo, veteran-owned and operated. Website 2atacticalrange.com. Spanish explorer first saw Florida on this date in 1519. President Washington and Congress authorized the creation of the U.S. Navy on this date in 1794. Anchors on this date, M.L. Byrne of New York received a patent for his invention of the corkscrew in 1860. Andrew Rankin received a patent for the urinal in 1866. Urinal cakes came later. First long-distance phone call between Boston and New York was made on this date in 1888. Tom, what do they say on that conversation?
Hello.
Yankees suck. Japanese cherry trees planted in Washington, D.C. In 1912. Crazy man with an axe came cut him down. Come on, George Washington.
They're wanting to cut those down now.
Yeah.
For
well, we
remodeling.
can't have that.
They got to remodel.
Birthdays. Got a handful of birthdays today. Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas is 49. Tom, name a song from the Black Eyed Peas.
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf, yeah. That wasn't a guy. That was
Boom Boom
that
Pow. Big Girls Don't Cry. Glamorous.
Yeah. Big day for singers. Mariah Carey celebrating her 54th birthday. By the way, the candles are very thick.
Maybe 55, depending on what part of the internet you visit.
Yeah. But you didn't get that? The candles are thick?
Yeah.
No. Dave Koz is 61. Who is Dave Koz, Tom?
I don't know.
I don't know that one either. Who is it?
Dave Koz is a musician.
Oh.
Quentin Tarantino is 61. Name his best movie, Tom.
It was the movie with John Travolta.
What's the name of it?
I don't know. I just remember John being in it.
See, my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie is True Romance.
I've never seen it.
My favorite movie from him was the one with the hitman with the violin case.
The Assassin?
No. I can't remember the darn movie.
Well, Tom was talking Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, there you go.
And part of the reason I am like, I hear talking right outside my door. And so it's throwing me off.
You remember Django Unchained is a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Right.
The Hateful Eight is a Quentin Tarantino movie. Inglourious Bastards is a Quentin Tarantino movie.
What was his first movie?
Oh, it was a good one. It got nominated for that movie, by the way. And that's all I remember by it.
I am trying to think, and it's escaping me at the moment.
What would it be?
He did Kill Bill, Kill Bill 2.
So, I mean, he's had some great movies. All right, a woman, last story before we get to the national anthem and the pledge. A woman dumbfounded as her boyfriend, who happens to be a plumber, stole her toilet. So the woman doesn't know if to lie or cry. Her plumber boyfriend stole her toilet after they broke up. She decided to end their long-term relationship, and he went into her house and stole her toilet. Shortly after the breakup, she went to lie down in the bedroom and then went to use the bathroom, and the toilet was gone. He stole the toilet.
Well, I guess that's better than blowing it up.
Yeah, I mean, you could hire Tom to do that. I mean, she wouldn't have to do it herself. But, yeah, he stole the toilet. By the way, she did call police, and police are investigating. By God, you steal a woman's toilet. You're supposed to steal her heart. What's the matter with you? All right, 754, Tom on the text, quickly, 877-396-W105.
Yes, what Tarantino's first movie was, Reservoir Dogs. That was
there you go.
Yes.
That's what it was. Hey, Rick Norris is chiming in. You know, ships can't just drop an anchor like you would have liked them to do. They would have created marine wildlife damage, and then really would have been more in trouble.
Like I said, talking to two guys that are captains, and they said that is what they're taught, to drop anchor.
Now, he goes on to say it would have been cheaper to run into the bridge and kill people. No.
I think that was sarcasm.
That was sarcasm, by the way. Yeah. And on the text, Tarantino's favorite movie by this text, it was Dusk to Dawn.
That was a good movie.
Dusk to Dawn.
Yeah. It was like two different movies, like, put together.
Yeah. It was a little weird, but lots of action.
It was good. I mean, don't get me wrong.
He's a weirdo.
Yeah, lots of
it started out as a bank heist and ended up as a vampire flick.
Yeah. I want to get to this story before we take a break. And Blake, get your opinion on it. DeSantis signs a bill that getting minors off of social media. And so Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed the legislation getting minors off of social media.
How are they going to enforce that?
Well, that's going to be part of the problem, because right now you go to anybody's social media page. I can go check girl's page right now.
Right.
Daughter Kendra. I can check her page right now. I guarantee you she says she's 18. I'm going to look right now.
Most of them do that, but there's other things that social media apps let people do, like they can hide posts from folks. So like you can say, all right, well, I'm going to monitor everything you do. And the kid can say, okay. And then they can be posting stuff and make it where the parents can't see that they posted that.
Oh, well, this is something that maybe they doesn't give her birthday.
Huh.
You can keep that off of the profile.
Right.
You don't have to give a birthday. So, and here's the other problem. Republicans, this is not you.
No.
This is really not you.
That's
where
more...
you're mandating. You know, I used to have a whole list of things. Don't like sodas, don't drink sodas.
Right.
Don't like guns, don't buy guns.
Don't own one.
Don't like social media, don't get on social media.
Right.
The problem with this is parents should have the right to decide if their kids have a social media account or not.
Correct.
It is not up to the state to. This is Big Brother.
Entirely.
This is Big Brother deciding what's good for your kids. And if it was reversed, where another state said that they're going to outlaw Bible studies, we'd be all against that.
Right.
Well, you can't have it both ways. If another state said we're gonna outlaw children doing participating in some Bible studies, we go, well, that ain't right. They ain't got no business doing that. Well, you know, I'm in charge of my kid. I'm in charge of my kid.
Right.
I should be in charge of my kid. So I think this is bad for the Republican Party. That's just my. If you want to comment, please do. 877-396-W105.
Biden administration and the Democrats are a cesspool, nothing but crap, says the text. The American people are so sick of them already. And the best QT movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That was a good movie. Definitely was a good movie. And another texter says, who pays for overpasses when a semi-truck hits it? The company. The truck company does, says
of course.
This one text. That's Chuck from Hobbs this morning commenting on that as well. And on Quentin Tarantino's, this text says, my friend's birthday is Quentin Tarantino's first movie back in 1987. And
wow.
Chrissy Light, who is our medical correspondent, she says, hey, now she was down under the weather a couple of days ago, was going to call us and let us know about more of what's going on in the air out here with all these sicknesses. Maybe she'll call us later.
All right, we're going to get you updated with the weather coming up in just a second. Let's do our national anthem and pledge. KWMW, Maljamora 105.1 FM, just before 8. National anthem and the pledge being brought to you by Rebecca Long. Give her a call, 575-393-2661. 40 years of experience helping folks in the insurance business. Started her business at 19 years of age with Formers, and she can take care of all your insurance. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance, recreational vehicles. She can take care of all of that. All you got to do is pick up the phone, give her a call. She serves Lee, Eddy, and Chaves County, 575-393-2661. Call her today. And she can put together a plan designed just for you. National anthem and the pledge on W105.
Hi, I'm Landry from College Lane Elementary in Hobbs, New Mexico, and I will say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming
8:02. God bless America. God bless you. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Jude Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From Matthew 27. Yes, he saved others. How come he cannot save himself? He is the King of Israel. Let him come down now from the cross, and we will believe in him.
This is Ashley with Judah Oil, and I ask that you join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who've trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
8:03, we are W105, Beyond the Breakfast Club. Quick check of the weather before we get into news. Being brought to you by State Representative District 61, Randy Pettigrew, reminding you he's running for his third term in office and needs your help. Number one, he needs your vote. Number two, if you can give to his campaign, please do so at the website, randallpettigrew.com. If you need more information about Randy, you can just go right to the website, randallpettigrew.com. CPAC awarding him an A+ rating when it comes to his voting record and the type of guy he is, fighting for Southeast New Mexico, our values, our way of life, our oil and gas industry, our Second Amendment rights, and the list goes on and on. Randy continuously fighting in Santa Fe, not just for our way of life, but our fair share when it comes to capital outlay and that type of stuff. Get in touch with Randy today. Just go to the website. All contact information is there, randallpettigrew.com. 8:04, check of the weather. It looks like it's going to be sunny today, 65 for the high, but 30-mile-an-hour winds from the northwest. 34 tonight, clearing up, 73 and sunny tomorrow, and more wind back on Thursday night into Friday. Let's get updated, find out what's going on with news. News being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale. He's in Roswell, serving all of Southeast New Mexico, settling big cases in the patch, $10 million case, $9 million case, medical malpractice case, settling car accidents, slip and falls, you name it, he can take care of it. If it's something dealing with personal injury, Luke Ragsdale is the guy to call, 575-208-5300. And if you need somebody to defend you in a court of law, Luke Ragsdale, ragsdalelawfirm.com. 8:05, qualifying you for the cash. Coming right back, we'll check in with news. We're W105.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
The Geo Group in Hobbs presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. No longer a search and rescue mission, divers are now looking for the bodies of 6 maintenance workers presumed to have been killed in the Key Bridge collapse in Baltimore.
We are going to spend every effort to make sure that we can bring them a sense of closure in this horrific incident.
Governor Wes Moore on Fox thinking about the families there. Federal investigators have boarded the cargo ship that crashed into the bridge and collected its data recorder. A Texas migrant arrest law remains on hold for now after a ruling from a federal appeals court.
The New Orleans-based court panel denied the request by Texas to let the law take effect while the state's appeal of a judge's ruling blocking it plays out at the appellate court. It allows police to question and arrest anyone believed to have entered Texas through Mexico illegally. The Department of Justice says the law runs afoul of the federal government's authority over immigration and will lead to racial profiling.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Stocks start the day higher on Wall Street. America's listening to Fox News.
That is the sound of your company logo getting printed on 500 shirts. Smart move. And an even smarter move in choosing the experts.
Awesome Graphics, serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas for 15 years, can not only brand your t-shirts, they can embroider your polos, hats, and jackets. They can print your signs and stickers, large and small. They can handle vinyl graphics for your vehicle. Are the windows in your business too plain? Awesome can print custom decals that allow you to see out, but your customers just see your logo. In fact, Awesome Graphics can put your logo on practically every promotional item under the sun, from coffee cups and water bottles to keychains and sun visors for your company vehicles. Want authentic Yeti Ramblers, mugs, or tumblers customized with your company logo? Awesome Graphics is ready. Stop by 523 West Sanger and Hobbs for ideas or simply visit myawesomegraphics.com. Trust Awesome Graphics and rest assured whatever they printed on, your logo will look awesome.
Hey, this is Big Ben, and it's time to announce the Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan's Guaranteed Approval Program. It's a new year, and it's time for a new you. Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan has partnered with local banks to bring this opportunity to you. Do you have a job? You're approved. Do you have a passport, a driver's license, or an ID? You're approved. What about an ITIN number? You're approved. Good credit or bad credit, if you're over the age of 18 and currently employed, you're approved. At Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan, your job is your credit. Plus, take advantage of the amazing rates on new and pre-owned vehicles. Get rates as low as 1.9% on select new vehicles. Save big today on cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. With over 300 pre-owned vehicles on the lot and another 300 at our off-site location, we have what you need. Save big now with up to $10,000 off on select new 1,500 trucks and new cars starting as low as $19,000. Now's the time to take advantage. You gotta get down to Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan today. 701 West Navajo Drive in Hobbs.
Looking for oil field, industrial, and safety supplies? Go to America Supply. Need cleaning supplies? America Supply has that too. How about restaurant and food truck supplies? Are you beginning to see a trend here? America Supply carries everything from H2S and quad monitors, fire extinguishers and first aid kits, to safety glasses, vests, FR clothing, fall protection and gloves of all types. They have your slings and whip checks, your lift straps and cam locks, your adapters, pipe fittings, and threaders. They have many name brands like Lockout, Tagout, Pelican, Milwaukee, Rigid, and so many more. Visit America Supply to find exactly what you're looking for and then some. 502 North Grimes and Hobbs under the Big American Eagle, or call 575-393-3383.
If you, your business, or your organization is needing a venue or facility to host a meeting, convention, party, or other special event, don't cram everyone into your tiny little office. Call the Lee County Event Center. You don't have to fill up the main floor. The Event Center has many other smaller rooms that are perfect for meetings, seminars, parties, and other special events. The Lee County Event Center, seating for 25 or 2,500, 5101 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Call 575-391-2100 or visit LeeCountyEvents.com.
This Eunice Cardinals update being brought to you by Guns Up Services, proudly supporting the Eunice Cardinals.
Guns Up Services, LLC of Eunice, supporting the community for over 13 years, would like to wish the Cardinals another great season and also encourage everyone to show up in support of all Eunice Cardinals sports. With oil field services that range from vacuum trucks, winch trucks, dump trucks, and backhoes, they have frac tanks, caliche, downhole chemicals, saltwater disposal, and freshwater sales. That's Guns Up Services, LLC, helping to keep our oil field trucking. 2105 Avenue O, Eunice, or call at 575-399-2457. Go Cardinals!
After opening the season at 0-2, the Eunice Cardinal baseball team last week went 3-1, including 2 wins at the Cardinal Classic. Coach Tyler Amagar tells us more.
Gateway had a game and won that. Friday we played a team from El Paso. We won that one, and then Saturday in the championship we ran into Portales. They were a really good team. They were on that whole tournament. They scored like 17 runs in game 1, double digits in game 2, and put up 23 against us, and not much we can do. They were just on. It looked like they were seeing beach balls out there because everything we threw a good pitch, they were hitting it.
Coach, throw away that Portales game, and your pitching staff did pretty well in that 4-game stretch.
Yeah, our pitching came up big in our 3 wins, and, it was multiple guys. Our starters threw well, and then the guys that came in behind them, did their jobs too, and so that was great for us to see, and it's going to be great for us going forward.
This Eunice Cardinals update has been brought to you by Guns Up Services, proudly serving the community for over 13 years. Go Cardinals!
Now, back to the show.
Be in the Breakfast Club. On air, online, on your phone. Powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio.
Over $1.3 billion.
In honor of National Viagra Day, Pfizer is introducing a new Viagra for women. And since women can be more complicated than men, it's got a new name. Ask your doctor about nymphohumpinatine trisexalot prolixidol estrogen hyporgasma Dixagen 69. It's the most complex and effective
I guess I ought to listen to these first, Blake.
Yeah, I think so.
You would think that if it's on the show prep, it is acceptable.
You would think.
Yeah, evidently not. Almost spit out my Coke. Serious. 812, New York Police Department blitz the subway. 800 cops over 5 days hunting down fare beaters. Yeah, beating fares is nothing compared to, New Yorkers beating up each other.
Like jumping turnstile, beating the fare?
Yeah. They're 800 cops. They were figuring that out. And in Australia, a snake catcher responded to a home. The residents discovered a venomous snake. And in fact, it was two snakes mating. And so the guy was able to catch them, but he also caught it on video. And it's on the snake version of OnlyFans. It's called OnlyFangs. It's right. OnlyFans and then Fangs. Yeah. So it's two different things. Taylor Swift and Kelsey, Travis Kelsey. This is going to come back to haunt these two.
What happened? Well, maybe. The gym is denying it.
Oh, the gym is denying it.
Yeah.
So the gym is called the Dog Pound, and supposedly they shut down the gym in West Hollywood so that they could work out together.
The gym's claim this morning was that they would never make anyone wait 2 hours.
Oh. So, and that's what they're saying. They had, patrons of the gym had to wait 2 hours outside.
So it's probably going to be a developing story.
Oh, and I bet it's accurate. I bet it's accurate.
Yeah, I would tend to believe the customers over the gym,
Yeah, I would too. Ron Harper. You remember Ron Harper from back in the day? He was on multiple TV shows.
Ron Harper.
Back in the 60s, Land of the West, Planet of the Apes. He died. He was 91.
Oh.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger got a pacemaker a week ago.
Get out.
And he now more of a machine, he said. I'll be back.
He is the Terminator.
So, the crazy thing is, Arnold still works out.
Yeah.
And, but when you get old, things break.
They hang.
Yeah, but he's in pretty good shape for a 70-plus-year-old guy.
He sure is.
My body looks like his. Things are starting to hang now. He's hanging. Things are starting to hang from him now.
What are you talking about hanging?
Well,
I'm starting to worry about you. So you're saying
his men breast is hanging? His muscles are hanging?
I don't think so, Tom.
Looks like me. So I feel good about my body. Looks like Arnold's.
I'm just going to say this as nice as I possibly could say it.
What are you going to say?
No. Arnold Schwarzenegger is put in more work and more sweat than you will ever sweat in the rest of your life.
Yeah, but he ain't doing it as much as he used to.
He doesn't have to. He's not competing. He's not a bodybuilder anymore.
That's why he looks like me.
He does not look like you.
And I take comfort in that.
You take comfort. Yeah. Is that a new one of your medications? I mean, diabetes, cholesterol.
Well, it's like the rich guy who's dying. He can't take it with you. He can't take his wealth with him. I feel the same way when I go. I can't take my wealth with me.
Well, at this point, it ought to be trying to get your butt into the coffin. Make sure you fit in the coffin.
No, I'm claustrophobic.
Well, good. I'm glad.
I'm going to start a little thing here, and I'm just going to put dots all over a piece of paper and try to connect them when Tom is talking.
And then he could circle back and argue with himself. That's even better. Trial has been delayed for the father charged with Bernie's Law. You remember the story out of Cuesta? The trial for the first New Mexico parent charged with Bernie's Law has been delayed while the district court searches for a date to retry the man's son. Prosecutors charge William Brown with negligence because he made a firearm accessible to his minor son, and his minor son went out and a 13-year-old girl died. Investigators maintain that Williams' 14-year-old son used his gun to shoot and kill a girl. Williams' trial was supposed to start Monday, but it was delayed until June, and his son is going to trial on second-degree murder charges. And so there's a conflict with that. So we'll see where this goes. But 8 jurors found the teen not guilty, while 4 jurors found him guilty. So, but when I followed this story, I don't know what part is not guilty, because he shot the girl and she died.
Right.
So I don't know what part. Who's sitting on these juries? Tom Ace twins?
Right.
I just don't get it. Governor Kathy Hochul is spending $2.4 billion in New York on migrant care and pushing the state to build homes for the migrants. Now, will we build homes for American citizens that are homeless?
No. You can't do that.
No, not in America.
You can't take care of Americans, B. You know that.
Wow.
Well, let me rephrase that. If you're on the left, you can't take care of Americans. You can only take care of foreigners.
Wow. $2.4 billion coming from taxpayers who, in a state like New York, are already taxed too much.
That's why
Crazy.
people are fleeing the state of New York. It's why they're fleeing the states of California.
Yep.
And a lot of other blue states. That's why that's one reason why they are taking care of the foreigners who have come here illegally, is to try to boost up their numbers so that they can maintain at least in DC.
Yep, they have to. Morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies at the Twin Wells fuel station. If you're driving on 128 this morning and you look down and you need fuel, exit on Buck Jackson Road, go down 2.75 miles. You'll see them. Large facility. It's covered. In case it's raining or snowing or whatever, they got you covered. They sell unleaded, green diesel, red diesel, DEF value, and they do accept all your credit cards, debit cards, and fleet cards. So if you are on 128, don't sweat it. Exit Buck Jackson Road. Romanian mob is now in America. Congratulations. We have brought in the Romanian mob. We didn't have enough gangsters. Yeah, and their number one objective is hacking into your bank account with when you use your debit cards. They already have skimmers in there, and then they steal all your money. So that's what they're doing. Prosecutors in California say a Romanian mafia is at it again, debit card skimming, by placing devices at gas stations, self-checkouts at grocery stores, and all over the place. So they have pinpointed that these guys that are operating this enterprise, they're Romanians, and they're part of a Romanian mafia that, when Romania is like, oh, yeah, we want to expand our territory. Let's go to America. Yeah.
Well,
so
I get how they do that, like at a gas pump, right? Like, we've all seen those. But how do they do it, like, inside at a cash register?
At the self-checkout?
Oh, at a self-checkout. Okay.
Yeah, like at a self-checkout, yeah. And they have found these people have put their devices in Target and Walmart and grocery stores. Yep. Crazy.
Wow.
We got a handful of new laws in New Mexico that are going to affect in spring. Tom, you see this story?
No.
Lawmakers recently approved a wide range of bills from guns to graduating high school, and many of those go into effect May 15th. House Bill 129 creates a 7-calendar day period for a waiting period for firearms. That goes into effect May 15th.
Mm-hmm.
And then HB 182 requires a disclaimer on advertising that might use material that is deceptive. That goes into effect. And is that dealing with AI? Is that what they're talking about?
I think that's what that is. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And polling places, making polling places much safer. No guns at polling places. Senate Bill 5, that goes into effect May 5th. And then the other one would be House Bill 171, requiring public education department to adjust to high school graduation requirements. So a handful of bills that all go into effect in May. So get ready for that 7-day wait period. We did learn that if you have a concealed carry license, that 7-day wait period will not affect you. Was that the only category that would not be affected by that 7-day wait period?
Law enforcement officers, too, I think.
Law enforcement. So if you're law enforcement or have a concealed carry.
Now, it's unclear. Do you need to have that concealed carry before this goes into effect, or if you get a concealed carry license after it goes into effect?
I don't know, and maybe that's a question that we can ask to one of our reps to find out, to get some validation on that.
If any of y'all are listening, feel free to text us and let us know.
Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to hear from you. Bird flu. Now, we talked yesterday. The bird flu has been discovered in Texas. And was it Colorado also? We don't have any cases.
I think it was Kansas.
We have no cases in New Mexico at this time, but they're really looking into this, and they're saying that bird flu could be blamed for egg prices going back up.
Ooh.
So they said get ready for egg prices have gone down about 2.8%.
They've gone down, but they are still high, and a lot of people are realizing that since Easter is here. And they want to dye those eggs. But the plastic ones are cheaper.
I got one more story. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Atlas Makeup Mirror, 575-631-3189. Atlas Makeup Mirror. Rebecca Long, local inventor, came up with the idea for the Atlas Makeup Mirror. Go check it out, atlasmakeupmirror.com. Facebook, Instagram. She's on both of those places. You can go check out all the cool videos. If you've been thinking about getting one for yourself, you can just go to the website, atlasmakeupmirror.com, order it for yourself. It comes with 3 different mirrors, times 1, times 5, times 10 magnification, tons of LED lights, and weighs less than 4 pounds and travels very, very easy. atlasmakeupmirror.com or call Rebecca, 575-631-3189. George Floyd Scholarship validates a federal civil rights law. There's a lawsuit. So why would we have the George Floyd Scholarship? I mean, was he a scholar?
No.
Oh, he wasn't a scholar. Did he invent something? No. So why we got a scholar? So university scholarship offered to black students only is a violation of U.S. federal civil rights, according to a legal complaint filed against the Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights. They filed that on Monday. North Central University George Floyd Scholarship violates Title VI. Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits education institutions from racial discrimination. Would you call that racial discrimination?
Yep.
I mean, if only a certain color can get that scholarship.
I don't like
Yeah,
it. I don't like it.
That sounds like discrimination to me. Legal watchdog group called the Equal Protection Project of the Legal Foundation urges that in the complaint that this is a college fix. Through the George Floyd Memorial Scholarship, the private Christian university in Minnesota engaged in discrimination based on race, color, and national origin, and it was deemed discriminatory. So the precedent has already been set, and so this school trying to do the same, and part of the language in the application is you have to be African American. Only African Americans are eligible. Discrimination is discrimination.
Yes.
The knife does not cut one way. It cuts both ways. In fact, it cuts multiple ways. Discrimination in the name of diversity is just wrong. It's wrong.
Absolutely.
Totally wrong. All right, 829, Tom in the text. Then we're going to get to the boob of the day. We'll take a break. Our number 877-396-W105.
All right, if you look at that video, this one text is saying, you can see explosions on the other side of that bridge, and the whole bridge collapsed. BS. Goes on to say, I see where our great president said the government is going to pay for that bridge that got messed up. I may be lost, but did the American people really vote on that? Asked the text.
Well, Congress didn't vote on that either.
Nope. Maybe he's making that point. No doubt about it.
And who controls the purse strings according to the Constitution?
Right.
It's not the president.
Right.
No.
And
Not
there's
the
one
president.
text on Easter, on the Easter eggs. You know, don't talk about real eggs over plastic. If we didn't have the Easter, I wouldn't get my favorite deviled egg dish either. Says the
Well, you
texter
can
this
make
morning.
those all year long.
Right, right. Another text says on the question of the day, he said, my favorite movie for
That wasn't the question. of the day.
Toronto.
The question of the day was video games.
Video games.
But Tarantino, we talked about earlier.
Yeah, he said Mrs. Pac-Man. I never played that game.
Mrs. Pac-Man is not Tarantino.
Yeah,
That's a
so,
video.
Okay, I missed it.
And
But yeah. And by the way, it's when you take that lump sum, that guy, this texter says they'll get at least $300 million after taxes. And this other text says, you know, Megan Williams was a hit, but not the Powerball. They did not hit the Powerball last night.
I'll take the money, though.
I'll take the money. Bree, I think we talked about another bridge that was damaged, and this
Right.
text says it was the Ohio bridge that burned down.
Huh.
I don't think it burned down. There was a bridge in Ohio that they had a bunch of wood and stuff piled under that they kind of burned. I don't think it burned down, though.
So, but that was the other one they were asking about.
All right, on the way, I'm going to talk about a trans man transitioned and then retransitioned again. And by the way, he said he was discriminated against. So I'm going to tell you why he was discriminated against. I will get to that coming up in just a bit. And Democrats campaigning, they revealed a panic mode that after John F. Kennedy picks his BP pick, who I had never, I'm going to be honest, with Shanahan, I was like, oh, is it football Shanahan's? No, okay. I mean, they're making it out to be, once he picked, his VP pick, Mrs. Shanahan, it game over for Joe Biden. I don't believe that. But I want them to continue to run because it's good for Donald Trump. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 832, boob of the day this morning being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff. They do such things as stem cell therapy and ozone therapy and cryotherapy. If you're living in pain, there are alternatives. In fact, I had a conversation with a lady the other day about all the medicine they had her on. And I simply said, you ought to really go to Desert Functional and talk to them about the ozone treatments. It's economical. A lot of people will avoid having surgery by doing ozone therapy, stem cell therapy. So go and check that out. Now, if you're suffering from low testosterone, guys, how do you know you're suffering from low testosterone? Number one, your libido went from, and then now it's non-existent. Okay, that would be one way. The other thing is you're just tired, fatigued, and don't feel good. A lot of people, when they get low testosterone, they're actually they feel depressed. My brother-in-law told me that before he got on testosterone, that he was starting to just feel down all the time. And now that he's on testosterone, he feels great about life. So go talk to him about testosterone replacement therapy or hormonal optimization for the ladies. 3900 North Lovington Highway, Hobbs, America, thedesertfma.com. Follow them on Facebook. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
So have you ever left a cup of coffee on the roof of your car? This is slightly worse. A guy in Australia, he's in the doghouse after he left his fiance's $2,000 wedding dress on top of their SUV, and he drove off. It happened on Sunday while they were out picking up other stuff from their storage unit. He tossed the dress on the roof so that he could put it in last, and it didn't get crushed by the other boxes, but he forgot about it, drove off, and merged onto a major highway. The dress was in a box, so it may actually be okay, but we don't know because they haven't found it yet. They walked down the side of the highway, but it wasn't there. The bride's name is Linda Kane, and her fiance's name is Tom. She posted about it on Facebook and said, Tom, quote, stupidly left the package on the roof. And they're offering a $500 reward to anyone who turns it in. Now, the good news is that she's still going to marry him. And she said that he's really upset. And she joked it will at least make for a very good speech at the wedding. Plus, they still have time to replace it because they're not getting married till February. But she said she can hold it over him forever. And
by the way, she also said, because you lost the package, your package will be ignored.
Yeah, and for throwing the dress on top of the car and driving off and losing it, you were the boob of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Tom, quickly to the text. We're going to take our break. Our number 877-396-W105 if you want to comment.
Jody from Lovington. The explosion everybody's seen in different points in that bridge is all the electrical lines and cables that run through there. They were electrical arcs, not explosions, when the cables ripped into it, says Jody from Lovington. Huh. Also, about another bridge, the Queen Isabella Bridge was hit and broken apart. Wow.
Where is that at?
Yeah, Queen Isabella. Hey, let us know where that is. So, the guy that lost his finances dress proves are stupid, says
and
the
not finances, fiance.
I'm sorry, fiance. All of a sudden, I can't see very well. Kind of foggy this morning. I don't know.
And by the way, you can't read either.
I mean, you're crazy, man.
It's a deadly combination.
All right. And why didn't Carlsbad get a new bridge when ours burned the other day, says the...
Well, let Biden pay for it.
Right, okay. Maybe a quick phone call. Good morning. You're on B at the Breakfast Club.
Yes, sir. Good morning, guys. The Queen Isabella Bridge it's in South Padre Island from that's the Queen Isabella Causeway. So you go from...
oh, really? Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
So it goes from Port Isabel
yes,
to South Padre?
South Padre.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Hey,
that's the second time. That's the second time.
but
That bridge was hit one time.
But not recently. It was the first time.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day.
We
Yes, sir.
we never
That's
called it the Queen Isabella Bridge. That's why I was trying to figure out where that was. We just called it the
Oh,
Isabella
okay.
Bridge.
Yeah, no,
Frank.
it's the Queen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that was it, sir. Just called to let you know that, we should have learned from that one. But,
Well,
we
Yeah,
should have
I remember when that happened. That was in the 1980s.
No, sir. No, sir. It was in 2000. It was in when 9/11 happened.
Really?
When 9/11
Because it
yes,
also
sir.
happened
Like,
in the 1980s or 1990s.
Well, probably, but the one that I remember was when 9/11 happened, and like a couple of days after that, that bridge got broken apart, and we were all, we were all up in, what the heck's going on, So, SOPs are like they say, the operation procedures, the starting operating procedures. So they have to look into that for that bridge over there that they got hit this week. But there's a lot of things that are happening that we don't have answers right now. But
Hey, Frank, have you noticed that the bond reduction for Donald Trump disappeared from the news?
Oh yeah, it disappeared.
I mean, you
because
notice that?
they don't like that. Yeah, they don't like that narrative. You see, whenever and I say we, as Americans, as patriots, as conservatives, whenever we try to stand up for our hooray, we got what we wanted. They lowered it. They're trying to crucify this man. Maybe that's not the correct word, but they're persecuting Trump and all his family. It's like when they did that to a short general back in Spain or something, that they threw him in an island, But he was a mean person, He was in the French Revolution and this and that, but Trump is not a mean person, We're not perfect. He's trying to run this country like a businessman, trying to get us ahead and trying to protect our borders, trying to protect this country. If we don't stand up for our own country, we're not going to have a country. And other countries say, they're protecting their countries. But then, like Mexico, and I'm not picking on Mexico, they say, send us $20 billion and we'll protect you on our southern borders. So we helped them build that wall. It's like a joke, We helped Mexico.
Yeah, but isn't
Mexico,
that, Frank,
with no money, no dan pasos sin guarachi.
Isn't
Mexico no da pasos sin guarachi.
Isn't that pretty standard for Mexico? Hey, you pay me if you want this protection.
Well, it's standard because only Trump put his foot down and told them, you know what? The stay in Mexico thing worked. It worked. It freaking worked.
Hey,
Remain in
Frank,
Mexico. It freaking worked. Yes,
how many times, I mean, you're Hispanic, you know this. If you do not stand up to people, it's about respect. Sometimes people are telling you something just to see what you're going to do.
Correct.
And if you don't step up, they're going to run all over you.
Yeah, and also, Trump is going to be Trump. Like, if he sends $175 million in $2 bills with his face on it, that's going to be Trump. He's going to send a train of money to pay, But that's him. If you cannot laugh, if you don't have a sense of humor, and you're only disgruntled like the Democrats are, and that's why we call them the stomach, because everything they come into contact, they turn into crap. Look, Obama went to another country. Yeah, Obama went to another country a day before the terrorists attacked Russia. I mean, what? And then they said that it was ISIS. And who's the father of ISIS if he's not Barack Obama? Barack Obama invented ISIS. When ISIL, he called it ISIL. But if you look it up, he's the father of ISIS. This
world is totally...
He hates America, and he hates to be asked the tough question like, why do you hate America? What did America Did to you, Barack? What the hell? What the hell? What's on my shape?
Yeah.
For our
Look,
country?
the world
Bro?
is totally upside down and crazy.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir, it is.
appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Good news of the day coming up in just a second. 8:42. Got a lot of stuff to get to. NFL owners approve a massive overhaul to the kicking rules. Is it going to change to the XFL kicking rules
Well,
where
that's
you're
exactly
not
where
running?
that's exactly where they got it from.
Yeah,
the idea for it.
So 34, you would kick from the 35-yard line with 10 other members of the special team lined up at the opposing 40-yard line. 5 players will be lined up on, I'm reading off the screen. 5 players will.
They can have 2 receivers back there to receive the kick.
Right.
No more fair kicks, fair catch.
Really?
Yeah, you can't fair catch it. And the only person on the kickoff team that can move until either
ball's caught,
until it's caught or it hits between the 20 and the goal line is the kicker. So,
Man, that's teaching people a whole nother facet of the game. Wow.
Well, it obviously makes return men a lot more valuable.
Right.
Well, it does, and I think that's something that's been missing. The excitement of kickoff returns and punt returns.
That's why they're bringing
so,
it back.
If that brings back excitement, God bless.
Yeah, but it's such a drastic rule change. And, of course, it's like anything. We're only trying it this year.
Right.
Yeah. And it's pretty much the same as the XFL. So, but the rule needed 24 votes from the 32 owners, and it got 29.
Well, we'll see how it works because the XFL kicks off its season on Saturday. So we'll see
And a lot of special teams coaches, like the special team coach from the Saints, Darren Rizzi, said this is a great day for the NFL because it's going to bring excitement to, kickoff returns. And that's been missing. That's been missing. Even college football, you don't have the long returns that we used to for whatever reason. All right, we got to take a break. We're getting off course, but let's get updated, find out what's going on with news being brought to you by Cap Tall Pines, captallpines.com. You can follow them on Facebook and Instagram. If you haven't done that, check out the weather. There's a webcam up there on the Facebook.
Snow, baby.
And, say it's what?
It's snowing.
Snowing?
Yeah, I looked at the camera earlier this morning, and it's snowing.
It's a perfect place to take the love of your life and enjoy a snowy, cozy cabin. Yes. Yeah, they offer the cozy cabins, raised platform campsites, and the convenient RV hookups. If you're looking for a place to go for a family reunion or maybe a big office get-together, or maybe you got something bigger than that planned, they can accommodate all of that. 575-687-4101 or captallpines.com. Qualifying you for the cash. We'll check in with news, 846 W105.
Call now. Thank you for calling. The Geo Group in Hobbs presents the Cash Blowout. This is the Cash Blowout contest on W105.
Call now.
Call now.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Well, those in Hobbs who enjoy a different dining experience from hamburgers and Mexican food will be saddened to hear Tokyo Steakhouse closing. But don't fret, because the Asian cuisine isn't going far. It's just moving over to Joe Harvey Boulevard under a new name. New name comes with a new building currently beginning construction on Joe Harvey between Polk Stone Bank and Martin Boot Company. Owner says the new location is slated to be around 8,000 square feet, including a mixed drinks bar, something the existing location lacks. Not only is the business moving, expanding, and changing names, but it's also opening a new dining experience in Hobbs and an Asian Noodle House. Consistent fossil fuel development in Eddy County led to continued growth for property taxes paid by individual residents and businesses last year. That, according to County Assessor Rhonda Hatch. She presented an annual update activities conducted by her office last year to the Eddy County Board of County Commissioners on March 19. Hatch says new state law requires a yearly report to commissioners. She said 988 new oil and gas wells drilled in Eddy County last year, and 329 new business openings led to $588 million of property tax collections, which are the value of buildings on a residential lot. A new 77,000 square foot livestock and multi-use building, part of the Eddy County Fair Board's plan to update the fairgrounds. Dylan Pinson, president of the Fair Board, and John Putnam, a director of the Fair Board, asking the Eddy County Board of County Commissioners to help foot the bill. The new facility has an estimated price tag of $25 million, and the Fair Board still needs $10 million to build the new multi-purpose facility. Crews investigating a train derailment in Socorro County. It happened late Monday night. According to Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railway, nobody hurt in the derailment, and crews worked to clean up the scene. Officials have not said what the train was hauling at the time of the derailment. The cause of the derailment under investigation. That's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Get ready for Yucca Blossom Spring Fling, April 6th and 7th at the Artesia Center, 612 North 8th Street. Over 75 booths of shopping with something for everyone. There'll be food trucks and boutique trailers too. Come enjoy an entire weekend of shopping small businesses all in one convenient location. Plus, don't forget to bid at the silent auction to benefit a local family in need. Yucca Blossom Spring Fling, Saturday, April 6th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, April 7th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Artesia Center, 612 North 8th Street in Artesia, New Mexico.
The Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament is back. This 3-on-3 tournament at 200 East Broadway in downtown Hobbs takes place April 20th and 21st. Enjoy mouthwatering treats from food trucks, check out vendor booths, and jump into a variety of family-friendly activities throughout the day. Ready to hit the courts? Register now at Macker.com and secure your spot in the Ultimate Basketball Showdown. Be sure to check out our social media channels for the latest news and updates as we advance to the tournament. Register now at Macker.com and don't miss out on the excitement of the Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament, April 20th and 21st.
Daniel Bellows, General Manager, Carlsbad Chevrolet. It's March Madness, March Insanity, March Craziness, whatever you want to call it. Bring yourself down here to Carlsbad Chevrolet. Do yourself a favor. We have the most used cars, probably the most mixed here in Southeast New Mexico and West Texas, and we want to get it on with you guys. Trade in your vehicle, sell it to us, do whatever it takes. Let's get you into these deals as low as 1.9%, folks. We haven't seen that in a long time. Right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet, your home of the great guys and gals.
You can bag a bargain this week at Bob's Ridgeway with the biggest springtime sale of the season. With fryer thighs, 99 cents a pound. Sirloin cut pork chops, $1.99 a pound. Can of golden cantaloupe, 2 for just $4. Haas avocados, 3 for just $1. Take advantage of big food staple specials like Food Club all-purpose flour, 5-pound bag, just $1.98. And it's National Frozen Food Month, so you can get values on Craven ice cream treats, Stouffer's enchiladas and lasagna, family pack dinners, Tombstone pizzas, Hot Pockets, Vanderkamp fish sticks, more than 150 big value specials this week with between the quality, value, and where they still carry your groceries out. Your grocery dollar always goes farther. Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Tired of the same routine at your boring job? The Hobbs Police Department is hiring. We're looking for motivated individuals who want to start an exciting career today. You can start with no experience at $24.78 per hour, and once you're certified, you'll get bumped up to $29 per hour. You get every other weekend off, great insurance, and an excellent retirement plan. Together, we can achieve more. Call Hobbs Police Department Recruiter today at 575-391-2640 or apply online at hobbspde.com.
This week at Lottie in the Carlsbad, exceptional Easter savings store-wide. Baby back pork ribs, $2.49 a pound. Family pack bone-in New York strips, $6.99 a pound. Cook's shank hams, $1.77 a pound, and 73% ground beef for $2.69 a pound. Get 2-pound packs of strawberries for $3.48 each. Prepackaged bags of Dole coleslaws and garden salads, 99 cents each. Bananas, 39 cents a pound, and fresh asparagus for $1.29 a pound. Deli deals include mesquite smoked turkey breast, $6.99 a pound, Black Forest ham, $5.49 a pound, and mild cheddar cheese for $6.99 a pound. Toss in a gallon of Red Diamond tea for $2.98. Sale ends March 30th at La Tienda Thriftway, 1301 South Canal in Carlsbad.
It's showtime, y'all. You love him and I love him. Put your hands together.
In the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevy and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio.
And I'm going to mispronounce. I'm not going to try.
In the Breakfast Club.
The world is constantly changing.
I have never seen this before.
Breaking news. This just in.
What's happening? What's happening? Your place for news remains the same.
8:52, good news of the day coming up. Kim Kardashian seems to channel Kanye West's wife, Bianca, by wearing nothing but a fur coat and tights. These two women wear as little clothes as strippers do, except strippers actually cover up more. But fur coat, by the way, it looked real, unlike Kim's assets. They actually didn't look real. I'm just saying.
I don't think they've ever been real. I think they've always been enhanced.
I don't think anything about her is real. Yeah. Next installment of the very popular Pirates of the Caribbean franchise will be rebooted. What's the producer from that Pirates of the Caribbean?
Don't know, but I know what Johnny Depp started in all of them.
Jerry Bruckheimer, I think's his name.
Bruckheimer. It might be right.
Yeah. Has confirmed that they're going to bring it to every city in America. By the way, it's coming to every city in Porch Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, that would be very huge. What else is going on? Federal authorities raided the homes in Los Angeles and Miami for Sean Puffy Combs and sex trafficking charges coming out. We talked about this in passing, but does any of this have, with Cat Williams coming out saying you could say what you want about Cat Williams. I saw him arguing with people while doing stand-up the other day. And, some of it wasn't funny, but, he said a lot of this stuff that Sean Puffy Combs and Will Smith and Jada Smith and
Prince Harry is supposedly wrapped up in that.
Who's that?
Prince Harry.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Was named.
Man, Prince Harry was like, we got a party. You got underage chicks there. I'm going.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's Epstein or puppies.
Wow. Said that he partied with P. Diddy.
Wow.
That's part of that $30 million sex trafficking lawsuit.
Well, and some of the information that came out, Cuba Gooding Jr. was involved in homosexual activity with, at the time, underage young man. And so Puffy and all I'm talking about some sexual perverted stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when we talk about underage kids, this is the stuff that got R. Kelly in problem. Well, that and
rape and everything else, yeah. Well, again, when you have Epstein that was taken out of the picture, the lower levels just kind of move up.
Right. Wow. Yeah, so Prince Harry, that's nuts. That's crazy. Looks like Patty Boyd, who was married to both George Harrison and Eric Clapton, made over $3.6 million auctioning off her personal possessions, including love letters from Eric Clapton. And while she was still married to George Harrison, she was auctioning off the stuff that Clapton had given her. Wow. That seems a little odd. So maybe she's the one why he wrote the song Cocaine. I don't know. And Jen Tran has been named the 21st season The Bachelorette. That's who's going to star in the 21st season of The Bachelorette. By the way, if you're yeah, well, that's the only
one in this. I think the only one on this show that has a microphone that remotely watches that is Tom.
Tom, yeah. Well, Golden, the Golden Bachelor.
Is that the grandma? Or is that the grandma and the grandpa?
I have not seen a 63-year-old man on that show.
So,
ABC, if you need a candidate for that show, hello. I'm retired.
Yeah, I would think you're a fantastic candidate. I think you're spot on.
Well, yeah, I got everything going. I mean, I got a belly.
Okay, so here's the thing,
I'm
Tom.
overweight.
You can't just say it on the air. You actually have to contact them and tell them that you're interested.
Oh,
Wait, what you have going on is a what?
I got a belly. Most
of
us already have bellies. You got a belly, too.
I have a belly?
Yeah.
Do you want me to show you mine?
Last time I seen you had a belly on you.
Do you want me to show you mine?
Big old belly, too.
All right, I'll show you mine. Look at the camera so you can see. And I've recently gained 10 pounds. I'm up to 185 pounds.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I'm sucking it in. You ain't even right, B. Look at you.
That's it, baby.
I see that belly
That's
right
it.
there. I see it.
Size
right there.
32 pants. What size pants you wear, baby?
Well, 50. I got down to 44.
No, that at one point you were down to 44, but you're at 50 now.
There you go.
COVID.
See that? COVID. COVID made me eat everything. COVID made me eat everything. That's one of the side effects of that COVID. I ate everything. I saw biscuits and wanted biscuits.
By the way, did you know you can bake biscuits in my air filter? I learned that the other day.
Told the story already.
So I'm going to tell you right now that there is no air filter on the planet that you can bake anything in.
No.
On my bus it is.
No.
Air fryer. Fryer. God bless you. All right, here's a story that this person is totally messed up. Devin Price began talking about low testosterone back in 2018. And so his muscles grew toner. And the 35-year-old from Chicago finally was living his life as a trans man. Now, help me, I'm a little confused with this language. A trans man, that means a woman that got testosterone shots. Am I correct on this? Got testosterone shots and it started converting into a man, right?
It's hard to keep up because they keep changing what they were originally to what they are now.
I guess.
And so you'll hear trans man, but you'll hear it used both ways. So that used to be a man who is transitioning to a woman, or it's a woman transitioning to a man.
I think it's more a woman that started getting testosterone and start growing muscles, and the voice got deeper because that's what they said voice. So then the price of transition and detransitioning, but part of the reason that she says that, or he said that, I can't keep up, I'm honest, okay, is that people didn't know how to address him, her, so that she called that discrimination. So now she is converted back to a woman. So she transitioned to a man and now is a woman.
Oh, like that's not confusing.
No, I mean, like her mom and dad don't know what to call her or him.
I'm sure that's everybody else's fault.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was, discriminated against because nobody knew what to call her. Okay, sir, ma'am, whatever.
Well, so
come on.
Yeah, I guess they.
Arrest warrant issued for Ladarian Daniels in connection with a fatal shooting in Lubbock. The Metropolitan Special Crimes Unit in Lubbock say the 32-year-old, who is considered armed and dangerous, connected to a fatal shooting in central Lubbock that happened on Sunday. And they're looking for this guy. They say armed and very, very dangerous. He shot a group of people coming out of that were entering a restaurant.
Goodness.
And That's pretty much a developing story. It's pretty much all we know. Previously deported illegal alien charged with murdering a 25-year-old. Her name was Ruby Garcia. And previously, this guy was deported, came back in the country, and is now accused of murdering 25-year-old Ruby Garcia of Kent County, Michigan. Brandon Ortiz, 25-year-old from Mexico, was arrested, deported, and came back. So he's got an open count of carjacking, murder, concealed carry, carrying a concealed weapon, felony, a felon in possession with a firearm. Oh, I didn't mention that he was already a felon and did jail time and then was deported. I'm sorry, I failed to mention that. So we have bad people in this country. We don't need to bring in more bad people. So that's why we need to vet people to make sure that they are good to go. Looks like a freight train hauling corn derailed near Socorro about 10 p.m. on Monday. They are still cleaning that mess up. And can you imagine corn everywhere? So still cleaning that up. All right, here's a story about Donald Trump selling the Bibles. So Donald Trump is teaming up with Lee Greenwood.
Okay.
Right.
Probably the most popular song Lee Greenwood ever did, Tom, was?
God bless the USA.
I didn't say for you to sing it. I said for you to name it.
Well, in case people didn't know what it was.
So anyway, Donald Trump announced on his social media platform, True Social, that he's partnering with Lee Greenwood to sell God Bless the USA Bibles starting Good Friday and on Easter Sunday. So Holy Week, let America pray again. That's the idea. And by doing so, they're selling the God Bless the USA Bible. And the former president said that every American needs to have a Bible in their home or multiple Bibles. And so they have come up with the God Bless America Bible. And so I was trying to see, Blake, did you see if it is actually signed?
It does not. It does not say it's signed.
No. So the Bible will feature the United States Constitution, Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, and the Pledge of Allegiance. And it's
larger print.
Larger print. And it's $60.
Right.
So $60, and you could buy it. And I do believe that this will help with his campaign, or maybe help defray the cost of his legal troubles.
Yeah.
Wow. Vince Young, Tom, you see this story?
Now, he's former quarterback for the I believe the Titans, right? Yeah,
Did I ask that?
Well, I'm just telling you. Won the national championship with the Texas Longhorns. What about it?
Hold on a second.
You done yet, man?
Former NFL quarterback,
yes,
Vince Young, won the appeared to be, he got knocked unconscious. Somebody sucker punched him at a bar in Houston last month. Incident occurred February 9th. Surveillance video shows that someone sucker punched him. A guy wearing a black shirt and a white hat appeared to sucker punch Vince Young and knock him out cold. Now, Vince is a big old boy.
He's a big 6'3", I believe.
No, I think he's taller than that. I think he's 6'4.5", something like that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean a sucker punch can't knock you out.
No, and I mean, he's gained a lot of weight since his playing days and has had some mental issues. That's why he's not playing in the NFL today.
Mm-hmm.
So he was the number one draft pick, right?
Yes, he was. Mm-hmm. Was he? I don't remember whether he was a Heisman Trophy winner or not.
No.
Do you remember? Okay.
Was not. Reggie Bush.
That year. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So Vince Young gets sucker punched. That's pretty much. Now, I want to say that he was on the staff at the University of Texas. He in some capacity. I don't know if he still is. I thought he was a coach.
Advisor, maybe.
So could be an advisor. So, all right, we got lots of things to talk about. We'll take a break coming up in just a second. Tom on the text, 907 KWMW Malgemore, 105.1 FM. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Farm supplies, they've got you covered. Ranch supplies, anything to do with Western wear. They've got a huge selection of Western wear. Certified Purina dealer. If you're looking for Western wear, they've got you covered. And you can find them 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, online at roswelllivestock.com. Tom on the text.
All right, Kevin, if you're wearing 32s, this text is saying, over 180 pounds, man, you're wearing skinny jeans. I'm 187 pounds, and I wear a size 34 pants, says the text. Okay.
I'll take these pants off right now and show you. They're size 32.
Let him know. I'll have to cut the camera.
I'm going to do it right now.
He will, too. All right, Biden lover. You know, Trump and Lee Greenwood are both idiots. What? You can get a free Holy Bible online. What happened to the Holy Bible anyway? God will justify these two idiots. It's Biden lover chiming in.
Biden will justify these two idiots?
What he said.
And by the way, you know, I bought a Bible before.
I bought one too.
Yeah, where are you getting your free Bible? Well, I mean, I expect you to get free stuff. You are a liberal.
There are Bibles that they give away. The Gideons leave them in hotels and stuff like that are free.
And you can take it, by the way. If you wanted it, you can take it from the hotel room. That's the whole idea that they put them in there.
By the way, a lot of hotels don't put them in the rooms now because people got offended.
Hence the free Bible, Tom.
Yeah. But no, a lot of people don't know that you can take that Bible from those hotel rooms.
Anyway, so there are places that will give you a free Bible. But, you know, if you go like to the bookstore like Mardell or something like that, you're going to have to pay for those Bibles.
Yeah, they're not giving them away. So God's not striking anybody down for buying a Bible.
No, it's not. And Chris C. is chiming in. I hope you're feeling better. Whatever COVID doesn't make you eat, she says.
You didn't read that right. COVID doesn't make you eat.
Doesn't make.
Of course, it doesn't make you eat.
Well, Tom tried to blame everything on COVID.
Excuse.
Well, the gym shut down. I couldn't go into the gym and swim.
That didn't bother me either. I just got out there and walked.
So, Real Dose is cold, dude, that time of year. I ain't going to work out there.
We had already moved to Lovington, Tom.
You have not been in Ruidoso since COVID happened?
Sure was.
No, you have not.
We sure were.
You sure were not.
In the beginning, we were, and then we moved everything to Lovington.
That's right. And it shut the pools down
there,
too.
I mean, you blame everything on COVID. Yeah. Got a cold? Blame COVID. Can't pay my car note? Blame COVID. Got ED? Blame COVID.
Anyway, hope, Chrissy, you're feeling better. And on that football, Ruby, Devin Hester, who is a returner, would be a game changer with the new rules on kickoff. Boy, if you ever saw him run, man, that dude could run. And
by the way, Cowboys are supposedly for the draft looking at Brian Thomas from LSU. That kid has more talent. He's 6'5". Mm-hmm. He's a big kid, 6'5", and ran a 4.35 40. Yeah. I know, Tom, you ran one faster.
Back in the day, yes.
Yeah.
And Bulldozer from Seminole says,
lies, all lies.
Frank needs his own podcast. I like that guy. Yeah, he does bring a lot of insight to a lot of stuff.
Encyclopedia. I think that's what Tom said. Yeah. All right, we're going to get updated, find out what's going on with news, keep you updated. Let's check the weather quickly before I do that. Weather this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill. And, of course, their barbecue, 811 West Main. And looking for barbecue, they got you covered for lunch. Looking for a great breakfast. That's not going to be a problem because they've got you covered with a awesome lunch. And don't forget, they will be open for Easter. The Easter buffet, 11 to 2 on Easter, includes brown sugar, pineapple glazed ham. Now I'm getting hungry. Pork tenderloins. They've got roast beef with carrots and potatoes, baked chicken leg quarters, smoked lemon salmon fillets, Swedish meatballs and pasta, garlic mashed potatoes, garlic buttered baked potatoes. Also, they've got garlic roasted zucchini, macaroni and cheese, pea salad, and the list goes on and on and on. You need more information, get in touch with Roadrunner Grill about that and find out what's going on at Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue, 811 West Main in Artesia. And you can call them at 575-736-2573. Weather for the day, calling for a high 63. 30-mile-an-hour winds expected today. 34 tonight, 73 tomorrow. Looks like it's going to be a decent day. Tomorrow, the winds are going to calm down less than 15 miles an hour, but they will be back coming up tomorrow night into Friday. Let's get updated, find out what's going on with news. Before we do that, Tom and the text quickly.
All right. Good morning, guys. Just a question. It's kind of funny that a rabbit represented Easter when they don't even lay eggs. Says the text.
Well, there's a reason for it, but I'll say go look it up.
Yeah, just teach your kids to read the Bible. What that, and then
says Tom, who didn't even know what the meaning of Easter was.
Then believe what a rabbit. Tom is really super froggy. What's froggy mean today?
I think he's super groggy, not froggy.
I said froggy. Maybe he needs a throat punch. Says the text.
Yeah, that might wake him up.
Yeah, I'm okay this morning. There we go.
But then, of course, he'd sound like Robert Kennedy Jr.
Right?
Yeah. Kind of sounds like Sling Blade. All right, let's take a break, get updated with news. Coming back, good news of the day. I got to talk about Netanyahu. He could be coming to speak before Congress. And a UFC fighter is saying that he would like to fight the transgender swimmer. Yes, I will talk about that. He said he wants to fight that dude. So we'll get to that. Check of news this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store, Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs. Huge collection of FR jeans, coveralls, gloves, shirts, and more. Working in the oil patch is the perfect place for you to go. And while you're there, talk to them about the $99 work boots. They've got them. Yeah, I know it's $99, but they have them. Check that out. And check out the furniture, appliances, and electronics. And they offer zero down financing for furniture, appliances, and electronics. Next door is Scrub Outfitters. If you work in the medical field, they have the largest selection of scrubs in 100 miles. Big name brands like Dickies and Peaches, Healing Hands, and others. And they have a huge selection of compression socks. Even if you don't work in the medical field looking for compression socks, they have all the colors you're looking for, designs, and they have comfortable shoes also. Scrub Outfitters, Rig Outfitters, find them in the Broadmoor Mall. Taking a break. Let's qualify folks for the trip, for the cash that we're giving away. Cash blowout. Let me slap myself. And then we're coming back, get updated with the good news of the day. We are W105.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
The Geo Group in Hobbs presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. 105.
Call now. Call now.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. There's still 6 bodies believed to be missing in the Patapsco River in Baltimore. Workers on the Key Bridge when it was hit by a cargo ship and collapsed. It's affecting traffic and shipping trade.
Every business that works with the port is going to have to find a new way to deliver things. And a lot of these ports are already overloaded. And being the biggest one that takes in all of these things, it's going to be difficult.
Maryland Chamber of Commerce President Mary Kane. Same-sex marriage bill is overwhelmingly approved by Thailand's lower house of parliament.
It opens up full legal, financial and medical rights to Thailand's same-sex couples. Once approved by the Thai Senate and rubber-stamped by the King, Thailand will be the first country in Southeast Asia to pass such a law and the third in Asia as a whole after Taiwan and Nepal.
Fox's Jonathan Savage, that parliament vote was 400 to 10. America's listening to Fox News.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you wanted to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000. At Destiny Real Estate, our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
Daniel Bellows, General Manager, Carlsbad Chevrolet. It's March Madness, March Insanity, March Craziness, whatever you want to call it. Bring yourself down here to Carlsbad Chevrolet. Do yourself a favor. We have the most used cars, probably the most mixed here in Southeast New Mexico and West Texas, and we want to get it on with you guys. Trade in your vehicle, sell it to us, do whatever it takes. Let's get you into these deals as low as 1.9%, folks. We haven't seen that in a long time. Right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet, your home of the great, great guys and gals.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
Class A CDL driver and heavy equipment operator opportunities are available now at McNabb Partners in Hobbs. If you have Class A experience with a dump truck or belly end dump, apply today. If you have experience with a backhoe, track hoe, loaders, or road graders, hurry down to 5014 West Carlsbad Highway to apply. McNabb Partners also has openings for general laborers. Uniforms provided. Don't miss out on paid health, dental, vision, and life insurances, plus a 401k. Apply in person today, 5014 West Carlsbad Highway in Hobbs. McNabb Partners is an equal opportunity employer. Must pass pre-employment drug screen. American Oil and Natural Gas provides a reliable energy solution, powers our economy, and ensures energy independence over foreign sources. As one of the country's leading producers, Coterra Energy has a responsibility to help meet these needs. They're growing their team and bringing on new team members who are passionate about energy and making a difference in the Permian Basin. New team members receive a sign-on bonus and have access to an incredible benefits package. To apply, text Coterra to 71441. That's C-O-T-E-R-R-A to 71441. Coterra Energy is an equal opportunity employer.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Thanks for calling Toyota. My kids are really excited about spring break, so I'm looking for a new Toyota to help make it amazing. Imagine you and the kids in a Tundra on your way to the lake to go speedboating. Or even taking a RAV4 to an animal sanctuary to pet goats. Sounds like your kids aren't the only ones excited about spring break.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, Let's go places.
Get ready for Yucca Blossom Spring Fling, April 6th and 7th at the Artesia Center, 612 North 8th Street. Over 75 booths of shopping with something for everyone. There'll be food trucks and boutique trailers too. Come enjoy an entire weekend of shopping small businesses all in one convenient location. Plus, don't forget to bid at the silent auction to benefit a local family in need. Yucca Blossom Spring Fling, Saturday, April 6th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, April 7th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Artesia Center, 612 North 8th Street in Artesia, New Mexico.
It's showtime, baby. Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him. I was going to put him.
What?
I was going to put him.
What? 877-396-W105. Be on the Breakfast Club morning show, being brought to you by North Star Laundry. You can find them in Carlsbad and in Loving. They offer to wash, dry, and fold all your clothes, do your dry cleaning, starch all your clothes up, do all the stuff that you really don't have time to do. They can take care of all of that. Now, if you really want to do it, they have coin-operated machines, and you can take care of all of the above by yourself. Yeah, they're open 7 days a week. Coin-operated machines are available. Find them in Loving, 406 West Cedar, also at 604 West Church Street and 609 West Lee Street, both of those stores in Carlsbad. Check them out today. North Star Laundry. Tom on the text quickly. I got 2 stories to get to before we do the good news of the day.
All right. You know, Tom, I can't file my taxes. You know what? And I blame COVID. Okay. And Tom, the new name should be for you because you always complain about everything. Yet he doesn't know anything. Okay. You're right.
He said the new name for you should be The View.
The View.
That's your nickname instead of Beetlejuice.
Huh. Well, hey, man, I got more names than I can handle, huh? You know, Tom could be the biggest contestant on The Biggest Loser, laugh out loud, but not for the weight loss, he says. Oh, is that a compliment, too?
Tom could be a contestant on The Biggest Loser, but not for the weight loss.
Right. What does that mean?
He's not going to do that. I mean, we tried that multiple times, and just goes nowhere.
They're just saying you're a big loser.
Oh, okay.
So move on from that.
I've been married twice, so yes.
So what the hell does that mean? I've been married twice.
Well, yeah.
I'm not a loser because I've been married twice.
That means you found at least 2 women that could put up with him for a little while.
Right. 92 days. Okay, the second one.
Yeah, and the biggest complaint was he will not pick up his chonies.
Right.
Speaker Johnson announced he'll invite Netanyahu to address Congress. Letter signed by the Media Research Center president this week urges Speaker of the House Mike Johnson to invite Netanyahu. Netanyahu, will he come to America?
Maybe, but not to talk to Biden.
No. Well, and that's why Speaker Johnson announced that he will invite him to come to speak before Congress. All right, I have never heard of this UFC fighter, Julian Erosa. Wants to fight the NCAA transgender swimmer, Leah Thomas. He said he wants to fight that dude so he can beat him up. Yeah. He's not going to fight a man.
No.
I mean, he's too busy beating
he
women.
He won't
young
even
ladies.
compete against men in swimming.
No.
He's not going to fight anybody.
No, he's not going to fight anybody. I mean, his idea of a fight is, taking the trophies and the medals from girls. That's his idea.
Right.
So he's not going to fight you. And a Florida man died after a Harley-Davidson motorcycle test drive went 100% wrong. The man's Harley-Davidson test drive ended with a fatal crash at the Florida dealership. Titusville Police Department said that officers responded to the Miracle City Harley-Davidson location. They had gotten the call about 4:15 p.m. And the man was test driving the motorcycle at a nearby shopping center when he lost control and crashed and went right through an unoccupied storefront. He was transported to the hospital and died at the hospital. Tom, I'm just going to say this. Please don't ever get on a motorcycle.
Never.
Thank God for little things. Thank God.
Hey, Christy's chiming in again. She's a medical correspondent. She's joking this morning. I'm glad you're feeling better that you're joking. Tom, you're not a loser. Your elevator just don't go all the way up.
All right, let's get to the good news of the day, being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, or give him a call, 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Get in touch with them today. Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, right across the street from Bob's Thriftway in Lovington. Proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
So, do you remember that video earlier in the month where a woman called a guy out for cheating on his fiance during his bachelor party trip to Vegas?
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, here's another video that's trending, but it's the exact opposite. A lady in Charleston, South Carolina, posted a video on TikTok about meeting this guy who was this other girl's fiance and how he couldn't stop singing the praises of his fiance at his bachelor party. And she kept talking about it and kept talking about it. And so now she's going viral because of how good this guy was. And she said that everyone needs a fiance like him. They're getting married on June 1st.
Nice.
And another video of a cat taking in a newborn kitten has been making the rounds also on TikTok. She just had a litter of her own, and people are amazed at how quickly she accepted the kitten that wasn't hers.
Oh,
she grabbed it by the scruff and immediately went to start nursing. And those are your good news stories of the day.
All right, 9:29. We're pretty much done. I was just posting up something on Facebook asking.
Yeah, I was trying to get us there on time. So.
Yeah. Why were there no tugboats in the harbor?
Yep.
Still haven't got that answer yet. Maybe tomorrow. All right, let's get updated, find out what's going on with news. We're coming back. Tradio is coming up next. News this morning being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Your first call, air conditioning and heating problems, call Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating. 575-631-1999. Schedule your appointment today. Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating, that's who we trust. That's who we trust with our air conditioning and heating issues. Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating. Call them today. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow for the Thursday edition of Being the Breakfast Club. Tradio up next on W105.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process. Stone Oilfield Services.